Okay, so hi everyone, good morning, and I believe I'm audible and visible to all of you. Yeah. So good morning everyone, good morning. Hope you are enjoying your weekends, obviously with me. Okay, so we are going to start in like 2-3 minutes of time, so so that all of us can join and then we can start with the class. Again, today's class is going to be interesting for all of you. Good morning. So AI and ML will start. Yes, we have already made an announcement about AI and ML. So obviously it is going to start from 27th of September. So this month itself, I'm going to start with the AI ML. And even before that, so next week, next weekend, I believe on Sunday, so we are going to start with Python with DSA. So again, I'm not taking that class, by the way. I will be available in an induction session. Ramendra is going to take that class. So what's the topic for this weekend, sir? We'll talk about it. So, in like next couple of minutes. What is the duration of AIML masters? Okay, let me discuss that as well. Yeah, sir, please data engineering bootcamp 2. I can do it, but the only constraint is timing basically. Like, belated happy Teachers Days, Branshu. Thank you so much. Sir, please update hybrid batch, how long it will take. Yeah, just trying very hard there are so many batches. There was 20 batches. Out of that, five I have already closed, means 100% closed. And out of this 15, I believe uh, for 10 batches approximately. So I was able to update some, like not some, like lot of like lectures. Still trying hard to complete all these 15. Hopefully it will be completed in a month of time. You look great. Had your coffee? Yeah, I had my breakfast. I had my coffee. So I used to wake up at like 6 or 7 a.m. So I used to get enough time for me in a morning. Okay, so it's 9:06. Shall we start, guys? Everyone? Yeah. Okay. So let me set an agenda for this particular weekend. So today and tomorrow, what we are going to discuss, let me set that out. So last week I was talking about RAG, and with respect to an RAG, so we were talking about one of the application, this medical chatbot application that we have discussed. And again, so that was a generic application where you can try to upload any kind of a document. It's not restricted towards just a medical. So whether you are working in a legal or maybe a finance, maybe as a HR or maybe as a medical assistant, so you can upload all of those documents and then you will be able to chat with those documents. And that is something that we have discussed in my previous class, last Sunday's lecture, right? And we all were able to like execute it in our local system. Now, so the agenda is that how we can try to like convert this entire system, the system that we have already used or system that we have seen, into a real time application. Because yes, that system was good, it was working well in our local system, and where we have used some embedding models, where we have used some of the LLMs, so from URI obviously, and some embedding model we have used from a Hugging Face, right? Now, if I have to make that application real, if I have to make that application production ready, so obviously I have to add couple of more steps into it, or a couple of more services, or a couple of more features into it, so that all of us will be able to use it and in a real time to solve any kind of a problem. Not just that, so we all will be able to write down those that particular project in our resume, right? In our resume. Now, what should be the step and what should be the major step? So feature wise, we can try to add hundreds of features. That's completely fine. But the core component, right? The core component was a model. So embedding models we have used, and obviously LLMs we have used. So whenever you are going to join a company, or whenever you will be working in such kind of a project, the very first requirement will be to host a model, whether it's an embedding model or whether it's a LLM that you are try to use for a streaming or maybe for a chat completion in your own environment. That will be the very first requirement. Maybe the second requirement is to attach some sort of a notification services. For example, like a mail, right? So let's suppose if I'm like trying to search something with respect to a particular user, and if I have to send a mail notification to a particular user saying that okay, fine, this was a diagnosis, this was an analysis, and then like you have to take this particular steps, or maybe if you would like to prescribe something to your customer, in case of medi chatbot, in case of a legal, again same thing will happen, in case of a finance, same thing is going to happen. So we can try to attach a notification services. Notification service wise, obviously a mail service and maybe a WhatsApp service, right? These kind of a services that we all will be able to attach. And then obviously third layer is going to be make it available publicly to everyone, right? Make it available publicly to everyone. So if we are going to attach all of these things, my application will be real time, and obviously anyone and everyone in this entire world will be able to use it. My application will be secured. My application will be independent of any LLMs or any embedding out there, right? And obviously I will be able to notify my user as per my need inside an application itself, just by writing some sort of a chat. So in this way, you will end up saving a lot of hours, man hours basically. Those who are using that particular chat support system, maybe you can try to attach even a ticketing system into it, right? A ticketing system into it. So there are so many things, right? There are so many things around it you all will be able to add. And if we are able to add it successfully, then it will become a product. And happily, you all will be able to use it maybe from next week onwards inside your organization, or like I said, so you can try to like write it down even inside your resume directly, because that will be a real-time project, right? That will be a real-time project. And again, so we have seen that we were adding a document. So when we were trying to load a chat, what we can do is that we can try to keep our document in some S3 bucket. So inside a AWS, there is a storage services that they used to provide called as S3 bucket. Or if I'm talking about Azure, so in that case, inside a blob storage or maybe a data lake Gen 2, I can try to keep all of my documents, whatever company document, whatever medical report that I have, and then chatbot system will automatically fetch each and everything from there itself. Means after doing a vectorization, after like creating such kind of embeddings. And yeah, another layer is that if we can try to remove a Facebook AI similarity search, and we can try to add some of the managed vector DB, right? Managed vector DB. Along with that, many people have asked me a question last time, that how I will be able to vectorize, structured data, a tabular data format. So maybe we can try to add a couple of like a more layer even with respect to a structure. So there are so many applications, right? So many applications and so many things I'm talking about all together. So let's write it down one by one. And a couple of feature we'll try to add, not all the feature, because we have just started, right? So we have to build so many applications, not just this application. So obviously we will keep on adding all of these feature in a sequential manner. Yeah, fine guys. According to course content, RAG is listed after a model fine-tuning. Will RAG covered? See, I'm talking about even in my previous class when I have started this application after a vector database discussion. So I have simply said that the RAG which is mentioned inside your syllabus, and if you will go and read it out, right, it's a agentic RAG. Have we discussed about agents? I don't think so, right? Actually, we talked about a vector database, and we are trying to use that vector database into one of the application, a practical application. And this is where I'm talking about this RAG. So again, that RAG, and that's the reason, so I have named it as a vanilla RAG, right? RAG without any kind of agents, basically. So when that particular portion will come, so what we will do, we'll try to attach one more layer in this kind of application as a agentic one. Once we will be having a discussion on a agentic. That's the reason. So I have kept that RAG portion after having a lot of agentic discussions, right? So right after your vector database, you will be able to find out AI agents discussion, which I have not even started, by the way. Yes. Yeah, and please try to join all the classes because I think I have already clarified things in the past. Do you think GraphDB has a more value than VectorDB? No, GraphDB is having a different use cases. VectorDB is having a different use cases. Fine, guys. So let me share my screen. Let's start with the discussion. I believe my screen is visible, right, guys? Everyone? Yeah, if you can confirm. Yeah. Okay. So, like I said, so whenever we are trying to build any kind of application, okay, before that, so many people was asking about new batch announcement. So let me take just 2 minutes of your time to talk about this one, just 2 minutes. And then happily I can start with my regular lecture. Yeah. So now inside this live batches, this week I have made an announcement for AI ML masters basically. So those who are completely new, those who are coming from a non-tech background, those who are in colleges, those who are maybe in first, second, third, fourth year, maybe a dropout, maybe they are doing their masters. Means a person, a people who are not at all aware about data science or AI or machine learning or whatsoever, right? Maybe not even a programming. So basically, this batch has been designed for that kind of a people. So where I'm going to start a discussion without any kind of a prerequisite, because for your batch, a prerequisite was basically a Python, right? That was a prerequisite which I have given for your this particular batch, generative AI certification bootcamp batch. But for this particular batch, there is no such prerequisite at all. I'm going to start from Python, then I'll be moving into statistics or calculus or algebra as per the syllabus, and then I will start talking about a machine learning algorithm one by one, one by one, one by one. Even time series I have added over here with respect to Arima and Arma and Facebook Prophet library. And then I'm talking about a little bit of a neural network, not in depth, but yeah, little bit of a neural network I'm talking about in this one. And then I'm talking about a machine learning ops, basically ML ops, so that we can try to make use of it. And then finally we will be able to build two projects. So here I have mentioned two projects and then all the underlying technology inside this project. So the highlighted one is one project, and then this is the second number project, right? So where I'm using a lot of technology, even some of the technology I'm using from a generative AI stack, some of the technology I'm using from a vector database. So many things I have included, because now and again, like email notification, WhatsApp notification, chat input, support ticket, so many things, right? Because now this kind of projects are pretty much important. So where we try to use a multiple technology, a multiple stacks all together, and we build a massive project. That's the reason, so I have mentioned only two projects. But yeah, if you will look into the stacks, it's a huge number of stacks in both of this project which I'm using, and which is in a real time, right? People are using even to build any kind of a application with respect to AI and data science. So this is basically going to be going to be for someone who is completely new. And I was trying to align this syllabus even with respect to a syllabus which is running inside our colleges. So in our colleges there are so many like AI ML which is going on. There are so many like a data science stack, a different kind of a data science stack or data science streams nowadays which is available inside the colleges. And I have received some requirement from some of my students, so who are still in college, maybe in first year, second year, third year, or fourth year, maybe doing a BSc or BCA or maybe a MCA. And keeping that in a mind, so I have aligned this entire syllabus so that they will be able to pass their exams. And not just that, right? Because passing an exam was not my things, by the way. So they will be able to build something on their own from a very scratch. So if some of you are looking for this one, maybe you can join this particular batch. And with Euron Plus, I think we all know the game, right? With Euron Plus, all of these things are by default available to all of us, and hope all of you are going to like it. uh Sir, please make this chat only visible to you. Okay, fine, let me do that so that I think it's fine, we all can discuss together. And when I'll share some of the code, right, then I'll make it visible only to me so that it will not disturb you. Yeah. When is a DSA live class starting? Okay, so DSA live class is going to start from next weekend. So 14th September is going to be the inauguration day for this one. Like I said, so Ramindra, who is going to join Google, and he's a very experienced mentor as well as like a techie. So he is going to take this class. I will be available just in an induction session, and then I'll hand over this class to Ramindra. Ramindra is going to continue with the entire syllabus, DSA with Python bootcamp. So next weekend, 14th September, it is going to start. Yeah, 4 p.m. IST to 7 p.m. IST. Okay. 3 hour session. So yeah, once live classes plus doubt clearing. Like we never restrict ourselves towards an hour. So hours are just a number that we have mentioned. So as long as it takes, I think we all know that we are taking a doubt clearing, whether it's taking 4 hour or maybe more than 4 hour, we are still here and we used to discuss the doubt. So same thing is going to happen in all the batches. Okay, now let's start discussing this topic for today. So, like I said, guys, whenever you're trying to build a real-time RAG system, right? So, real-time RAG system. So, the feature that we can try to add over here, the very first feature, hosting our own LLM for chat completion slash embedding, right? Because so far we have been using Yuri for our chat completion, and then we were trying to use some model from a Yuri or some model from a Hugging Faces for doing a embeddings. But in reality, whenever you will try to build this application for your client or for your company, so they will never suggest you or they will never accept that you are going to use some of the APIs or some of the third party system where you are sending your data, because it's not acceptable for anyone in this entire world, and especially in a world of AI, so where you are not sure that where your data will be used, by the way. So here, hosting our own LLMs for a chat completion and embeddings. Now second thing is notification services. Notification service. So let's suppose if I'm trying to build a system and if I would like to notify my users or maybe my stakeholder, so obviously I have to add, and again, this can be added in hundreds different way. But let's take a very simple example over here that I'm chatting with my chat system, and let's suppose if I'm able to draw some sort of a conclusion, and if I would like to send that conclusion to my user, to a respective user, maybe XYG user, just while doing a chat. So I can try to send maybe a mail, email, or maybe I can try to send a SMS, maybe I can try to send a WhatsApp messages, because in every real-time system you will be able to find out a notification services. And again, these services are not difficult to integrate. Just for once in a lifetime you have to integrate it and then it will be done. But I'm talking about a product approach. Whatever product that you are going to build, obviously you will have to add a notification service into this one. Then you can say that yes, like your entire application is like a production ready. Then third, obviously hosting over a public cloud, hosting over public cloud. So where I can try to use Azure, AWS, or maybe a GCP. So that will be a need of every application, or maybe a GCP, or maybe XYG, any other services. There are so many cloud services, cloud provider, right? And again, so we will keep on doing a refinement with respect to our hosting. So again, generally we think that okay, we have a Streamlit application, so let's go ahead and try to host it on a Streamlit cloud, or maybe we can try to use some of the services from just a single services from Azure or AWS or GCP, and let's try to host it. But believe me, in reality, things never works in that way. I'll try to show you that kind of application. So when I'll try to show you a Yuri project. So because it's a massive project and where we have a separate front end, separate back end, we have a separate middle layers. And again, so we have to manage a lot of like things in between. and we have to even add our domain, we have to even our map our DNS, basically we have to even do add a caching over there, we have to even handle a memory over there. So when I say hosting, it's a big thing in itself, but yes, once you are able to do this kind of a means a production grade hosting, I think whatever application that you will be building throughout your life, you will be able to do the exact same thing. Again, when I talk about hosting, so obviously we have to move through a CI/CD kind of a pipeline, or maybe a blue green kind of a blue green line of a deployment, where we try to create a dev system, we try to create a test system, we try to create a production system, or maybe a pre-prod system. And then my entire code base or my entire application will flow through this dev to test to pre-prod to prod. So when I say hosting, like I said, so it's not just about dumping your code inside a GitHub and then mapping your GitHub with some cloud application. This is like a obviously we can try to host it in that way, but this is not how we do a hosting with respect to a actual product. So I believe that flavor I will not be able to give you now. That flavor you all will be able to get it inside your very first project. So at the end of this entire lecture, when I will be talking about a URI project, and then maybe a fourth like a fourth thing which I can try to add it inside this one, vector DB. Vector DB for structured data. Structured data means the data which is available in a table format, a data for which I already have a schema. So we have already talked about a lot with respect to unstructured data. Again, there can be a lot that we can do inside unstructured data, but yeah. So there is a concept which exists in this world. So where you will be able to vectorize structured data. And again, philosophically, it's a multi like a way by which you will be able to achieve the same thing. That we'll discuss inside the class. So vectorizing a DB for a structured data. So now if we can try to add all of these services, and again, yeah. So fifth number, storing or mapping document to cloud platform. S3 or the kind of a document that we are trying to upload from the local. So maybe we can try to host it over the cloud platform. So maybe inside the S3 bucket, maybe inside the Azure blob, or maybe in some XYG different kind of a services, storage services we can try to use. So where we can try to keep all of our data sets. So if we are able to add all of these layers one by one, one by one, one by one, we can say that yes, my application is near to real time, and you all will be able to write down this entire project proudly inside your resume. So this is the agenda, this is going to be the agenda for this particular week. Is it making sense, guys? Auth services, again, yes, you can try to add auth services. We will try to add it inside a URI project, not in this one. That, like I said, so we will learn a lot as we will progress inside the class. In a single project, it's very difficult. And again, if I'll start talking about these things inside the single project, you will feel confused. Yeah. So there can be like multiple things that can be added. So fine, what we can do is that we can try to execute it one by one. We can try to learn one by one. So first of all, we can try to learn that how I will be able to host our own LLMs for a chat completion, maybe for a streaming, or maybe for a embeddings. This is a one-time game. So if you are able to do it once in a life, you will be able to do it in a number of times. And again, the project going forward that we are going to discuss, or any application, even the agents, right? So let's suppose from next week onwards, I'm going to start your chapter with respect to agents. Agents are not going to work without LLMs. And when you will try to build, when you will try to develop these agents inside a company or maybe for your client, so obviously client will ask you that can you please try to use this LLMs model, or maybe any models which has been consumed by LLMs or agents in my own environment, because they don't trust any platform out there. So they will just ask you, and it's things that we try to follow everywhere inside the industry. So fine, guys. First, we'll try to do this. Then we'll try to do this one by one, one by one, one by one. We will progress, and then we will try to add all of these things inside our project that we have discussed, a MIDI chatbot pro itself. So all of these things are going to be a part of same project that we have already started. Fine. Yeah. Okay. So now, shall we start, guys? Everyone? Yes. Okay. Not clear hosting our own LLMs means. Okay. I don't know why it's not clear because I talked about this multiple times, not just one time. So which LLM you are using, by the way, so far? So you are using LLM from Yuri, right? You are trying to use those like a OpenAI model, Gemini model, or maybe a Mistral model, maybe a DeepSeek model from Yuri. Or maybe you will go out there and you can try to use services like a Grook, or maybe you can try to use APIs from OpenAI, maybe from a Cloud Sonnet model you can try to use, or any other model, right? There are so many providers for our LLMs, and you can just go ahead, you can create an account, and then you can start using their API, just the way you are trying to use a Yuri API. But for most of the clients, it's not going to be acceptable because of a data breach or because of the data security policies. Now, so what we can do? So we can try to host, because most of these LLMs are open sourced. Even recently, OpenAI have open sourced their model. So OSS 20 billion parameter model and OSS 120 billion parameter model. So which I can try to host it in my own environment. I can even try to fine tune those models, right? I can even try to fine tune those models on top of my own data set, and I can try to host it again in my environment, and then I can try to use it. So this is where hosting comes into a picture. And again, it's an integrated part of any modern day AI application that you are going to build. You will have to host your model in your own environment. And obviously, if I'm doing a fine tuning, right? Fine tuning is also a chapter, if you will go through your syllabus inside this entire curriculum, inside the curriculum of generative AI with certification bootcamp. So when you are going to train your own model with your own data set, technically we don't train it from the scratch because of the compute and the resource availability. So we try to do a fine tuning, maybe a LoRa and maybe a Cora fine tuning we try to do, right? Parameter efficient fine tuning, or maybe a quantized parameter efficient fine tuning we try to do. So obviously, you have to host a model after doing a fine tuning. So you have to host a model in your own environment, and then only you will be able to basically use all of these model, right? So let's start hosting our model. So can you please reiterate the RAG and LLMs if possible? No, Pravakar, I think it won't be possible because since last three classes I'm talking about RAG. So please look into the lectures, and in case of any doubts, yeah, so you can feel free to ask me a doubt inside a doubt clearing, because reiterating everything every time, it's literally not possible because it will kill a time for many of us. Now, so if we have to host a model, so obviously I need an environment, right? I need an environment. I need a GPU environment. So unless and until I don't have a GPU environment, my inferencing will be very, very slow. Inferencing means the way model is going to give a response is going to be very, very slow based on my inputs. And there are so many GPU provider you will be able to find out in this entire world, right? So many, not just one, not just two, but yes, so many GPU provider you will be able to get it in this entire world. There is something called as runpod.io. There is something called as Lambda Lab. There is something called as a famous one, Paperspace, by the way. There is something called as Nebus. There is something called as Vast AI, Genesis Cloud, Vulture, so many, right? So many. And again, even on AWS, Azure, and GCP, you will be able to get a GPUs. At the end of the day, I need a GPU. That's it. I need a GPU. So if I will be able to get a GPU over a cloud platform, I can try to host my model, any open source model. You will not be able to host any proprietary model, but yes, nowadays we are living in an era where everyone has released some of their best open source models, right? So some of they have already made a open source models, their best one as an open source model, they have already made it, including OpenAI, I would say, which has been done like recently. So there are so many platforms out there we can try to use, and we can try to host our model. And I just need a GPU. Apart from that, I don't need anything literally, right? Anything. So let's go ahead and let's try to complete task number one. And then we'll see how we can try to expose that model as an API. Because even inside our RAG application, right? The application Medi Chatbot Pro that we have built in my last class. So we were trying to consume API, right? A URI API. And via URI API, we were trying to hit our models. If we are able to host our own model, if we are able to expose our own model as an API, I can consume it, right? So I just have to replace my URI with my own hosting or whatever model which I have hosted. So I just have to convert it in that way. So this is something that we are going to do, not just for a chat completion. So I will show you for a chat completion, and then you will be able to host any models, means literally any model. There are millions of models which is available. Every day some people are trying to build some of the models. So you will be able to host literally any models, means any model. So this is a kind of a approach I'm going to show you with respect to a real-time GPU. Now, where we will be able to get a GPU? Like I said, there are so many platforms out there which is providing you a GPU. Now, so I'm going to use one of these platforms, GPU provider by the way, called as HyperStack Cloud. So there is a platform called as HyperStack Studio, and I will try to use a GPU from this HyperStack. It's very, very easy to use by the way, plus costing wise, within $2, $3, I will be able to do a testing. It is not going to take much because per hour, I think their charges are 1 point some dollars, and which will be like a pretty much convenient for me, and that too for H100 kind of a GPU with the 80 GB of a RAM. So HyperStack Cloud is one of the platform, but this is not just one of the platform. Like I said, there are hundreds of other platforms which is available, and you can use any of these platform, right? You can use any of these platforms, literally any of these platform. Like I said, there is something called as, if I'll go to Google, there is something called as runpod.io. So this is again one of the platform. There is something called as, I would say, paper space. So paper space I have been using since a very, very long time. Like I think since last like a 4 to 5 year I have been using, when I used to teach even like a computer vision, and when I have to train a real time model, and when I have to showcase how to train a real time model. So I've been using like this paper space so many times basically, right? And even my team was using a lot. So runpod.io is one of the platform, like paperspace is one of the platform which has been acquired by a digital ocean. There is something called as Nibus, there is something called as Vast AI, there is something called as Genesis Cloud, there is something called as Vulture, there is something called as G Core. So these platforms are basically going to provide you just a GPU, and then whatever you would like to do with the GPU, just do it, right? In my case, obviously, I have to host my model. I have to expose my model as an API so that I can replace a URI, and then I can try to use my self-hosted model. I can try to use any of this GPU platform. So they are just giving you a system, right? They're just giving you a machine. That's it. So if you are able to host it with one platform, you will be able to host it with all the other 100 platform as well in the exact same way. Your code, your command is not going to change at all. At all means literally at all. Even if you are going to use a GPUs from Azure, AWS or GCP, it is not going to change, because at the end of the day, all of them are giving you a machine. That's it, right? A machine which has been provided by NVIDIA, by the way. Yeah. So is it Google Colab is enough? Not at all. Google Colab is just for like doing initial experimentation. In reality, in real time, you can't use a Google Colab. So for a learning purposes, you can use it, but I mean like Google Colab gives you a very limited resources which you can't use, by the way. So you have to use in real time. This is something which has been used. Okay. Now, so HyperStack Cloud. So let me go and let me like log in inside this HyperStack Cloud. Yeah. I have already pinged you HyperStack Cloud, guys. So you can try to explore. You can try to log in inside this one. So I'll show you how to create a GPU, how to create access for that particular GPU, how you will be able to access it from your local machine, like the GPU which is available over some cloud platform. All of these things I'm going to show you in a practical manner now itself. What happened, why it is taking time. Okay, so yeah, this is how this entire interface of this hyperstack cloud looks like, by the way. And obviously you have to add a couple of dollars over here. So I have already added $90. I had added actually $100, so I have already used my $10 over here. So you have to add a couple of dollars inside this hyperstack cloud. And this is how, because I just want you to know the reality. So that and again, so maybe if you are not able to add it, or maybe if you are not able to do it, so you can just try to attend this particular lecture. You can just try to observe that how things happens. But yes, in reality, today, tomorrow, or maybe like after a couple of months, if you are going to build some real product, you have to use such kind of a system. By the way, without this kind of a system, you will not be able to move forward. You will not be able to build any kind of a real time product, right? Maybe you can you will end up building maybe some dummy product, but yeah, not a real time. So real time requires a real time system as well. Making sense? Shall we go ahead, guys? Yes. Okay. So Hyperstack Cloud, you can try to add a couple of dollars if you want. If you don't want, it's completely fine. It's completely okay. My responsibility is to show you the reality. So I will be showing you the reality. And whenever you will get time, whenever you have like a interest to do the same thing, you can do it just by watching this entire lecture. Fine. Okay. Is there some free credit? I don't think that they provide you a free credit. Maybe you can check once you are going to log in. So they will try to show you your credit over here. But I'm not sure that they are providing a free credit as of now. Yeah. Okay. So now once you will come over here, there is an option called as virtual machine. So just try to click on this virtual machine, by the way, guys. Yeah. Virtual machine. And then you will be able to see an option called as deploy a new virtual machine. So click on deploy a new virtual machine, and then they are going to show you a multiple machines type over here, right? So CPU only, and then A100 80G PCI, A100 80G PCI, NVLinks, lot of different kind of a machine that they are going to show you. Now, which machine I'm going to use? So I'm going to use a cheapest one out of this one, right? And you will be able to see even a cost for these machines. So $1.52 per hour. This is one of the cheapest one. They're giving me H100, one H100. Let's suppose if I would like to use 8 H100 together, I can use it. So they're giving you a managed Kubernetes layer on top of this one, so that you will be able to commence any number of GPUs. Because when we are doing a real time training, right? When we are doing a real time training, I need hundreds, not hundreds, I would say thousands of such kind of a machine. If I'm trying to build some of the LLMs in real, or even if I'm trying to do a fine tuning in reality. So I need hundreds and hundreds of these kind of machines, then only I will be able to do it. So building an LLMs is not just about writing a code, not just about understanding the architecture. It's also about accessing our resources. And that's the reason so many companies are not able to build it. And especially if I'll talk about startups. So obviously startups will not be having that much kind of a fund, right? So where they will try to burn those money on just a compute. They have a talent, they have everything. But yeah, if I'll talk about startups, so in general, they won't be having a fund where they will be able to fund GPUs, and they will be able to acquire a huge amount of the data. They will be able to process it, because everything requires a huge compute. So LLM is not just about, understanding the LLMs. It's also about accessing a compute, right? And this is where many companies are lagging. And if, especially if I'll talk about India, so yeah, somewhere we are like lagging in that manner, and we are not able to build. We are able to build a couple of model, but yeah, we are not able to build something which is like a world class. Now, so here it is giving you H180G PCI spot. I think it's spot. Okay, so maybe it's not available, I believe, for now, the spot one. I can try to use then something different. Okay, no, this is out of stock. I think I can use this one. Yeah, I think I can use this one. It's just showing me a warning. Okay, no hibernation, local storage only, no snapshot. Fine. So it's one of the cheapest one. So H180G PCI spot. Now I can try to use maybe 8, or I can go ahead with 1. So as of now, I'll just go ahead with 1. I don't want to spend much of my money over here. So $1.52 per hour it is going to charge me. So maybe I'll end up spending like a $3-4 max to max. And then I can try to call a deploy. So once you are going to call a deploy after selecting this one, Uh, no, 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 no. No. This is for me, but not for all of you. I have to show you the steps. Let me terminate this machine. Okay, so it will take some time. Fine, I'll select a deploy new virtual machine and here, so I'm going to select basically H180G. Now, once you are going to select this machine, this particular machine or any other machine, you have to come down, right? And then you have to basically set the environment over, select the environment. So you are accessing from a Canada or Norway or maybe a US one. So by default, it's available in a Canada region because in a different region, they are going to basically deploy a different machines. So this machine is available in a Canada region. I can even select a Norway region. No, it's not available in Norway region. It's not available in a USA region. And maybe I can try to create a new environment if I want, but leave it. I'll just try to use a default one. So this machine is available in a Canada region. That's completely fine. Then you have to come down and here, so you have to select the operating system. So which operating system will be like installed inside this machine, the machine that you are trying to use. So here you have multiple options. All of these Linux options are given to you, right? All of these Linux options are given to you. So I'll be selecting a default one, right? I'll be selecting a default one and I'll just go ahead with the default installation of a Ubuntu, which is a Linux one, right? Now, uh, come down. So here you will be able to see an option called as SSH key. Now this is pretty much important. Unless and until you are not going to set up your SSH key, you will not be able to access your machine. By default, in my machine, I have already done a setup. So because of that, it is showing you these options. But let me delete these two options so that I can show you from the scratch. So delete a key pair and delete a key pair. Yeah. So again, from the scratch, go to a virtual machine. Let me delete my, yeah. So go to a virtual machine, guys. Now click on deploy a new virtual machine. Select your machine, whatever machine that you are looking for. So I'll be going ahead with H100, right? Now come down and then select your environment. Select your operating system, which is a default one. As of now, there is no SSH key. I have already deleted my SSH key, right? So now here, this SSH key is going to help you out to access this machine from anywhere because obviously machine is available. But what I will do if I'll not able to access it, right? So I need some user ID and password in a layman way, right? So I need some user ID and password by which I will be able to access my machine. And then if I'm able to access my machine, my computer, I can do whatever I want that with that machine, right? I can run any kind of application basically. So to do that, you have to set your SSH key over here. Now, how you will be able to set your SSH key? So maybe you can try to go and try to generate your SSH key, right? So environment is basically Canada, this region, right? And then you can try to basically like uh, name this SSH key. So maybe I can name it as a test, and then it is going to generate. So just click on this generate option. So it is going to generate an SSH key for you. So as you can see, it is able to generate a SSH key for me, by the way. Are you able to create it, guys? Everyone? Yes? Till this one. Anyone who is doing this experiment, by the way? Anyone? Okay, so yeah, people are doing it. Great, great. Yeah. Okay, let me show you once again. So I'll go to the key pair. I'll delete it. So whatever SSH key which I have created, so I can delete it once again. So here, whatever SSH key you have created, so you will be able to see it inside a key pair, by the way. So I can go ahead, I can try to delete it. Yeah. I can go again to the virtual machine, deploy a virtual machine. I can select a machine over here. One machine I'm going to select. Leave your region as it is, leave your basically OS images as it is. Just try to click on create SSH key, right? Generate SSH key, and then try to give some sort of a name over here. So maybe I can give a name as EURON 1 and then try to click on generate. So it will end up generating a SSH key for me. So as it's showing you, and if I'll go inside my key pair, so again, EURON 1 and with this name, I'm able to generate it. Okay, so environment is Norway. So it's a wrong SSH key which I have generated. I should delete it because I should create this SSH key for my Canada region. Give any name. Fine. So this is basically a SSH key. All of you will be able to create it. Now, so SSH key access, enable, public IP address, enable, right? So both of these options you have to like check basically. So enable this one. Number of VMs of deployment. So they are giving you some additional configuration, callback URL, and even they are giving you a Jupyter notebook option. So if you would like to access your Jupyter notebook, you will be able to access it. Means by default, they are going to install a Jupyter notebook inside your environment. If you would like to go ahead with the Jupyter notebook options, which is technically accessing your GPU, right? So I can try to check this option. I can try to set this password, and in this way, it will be a password protected Jupyter notebook. It is going to configure, and then I will be able to hit a machine's URL. And at that particular URL, I will be able to access my Jupyter notebook. Yeah. So maybe password wise, I'm going to give a password. Okay. So I've just given a password for this one. Now, cloud init script, I don't want to give anything by the way. Label, I don't want to give any kind of a label. A firewall rule. So, what kind of a traffic will come and what kind of a traffic will go? So, this is something called as inbound, means what kind of a incoming traffic you are going to allow. So, basically, I'm going to allow all the traffic. So I'm just whitelisting 0.0.0.0/0. So just add it. So I'm whitelisting all of the inbound traffic by the way. Port range wise, obviously I have to give a port range. So maybe I can give a port range starting from 0 till maybe 9999, something like this. So this is the port range I have given. So from this port to this port, just allow every kind of a traffic. Yeah. So add it. Now I can add multiple inbound rules. So there is a IPv4 option or IPv6 option. There is a UDP ICMP protocol which is given to me. But I think this is going to work and this is going to be more than sufficient for me. So cancel it. So inbound rule wise, I have already added, and port range wise, so I have added a wide range of the port. Outbound rule. So here I can again try to add maybe starting from 0 till maybe 9999, and then 0.0.0.0. So just keep it as a whitelisted one. So inbound and outbound rule, you have to set both. I'm able to configure. Now, once this is done, right? Once this is done, so this is basically showing you the configuration, right? This is showing you the configuration that what you will be able to get at the end of the day. So GPU wise, what kind of a GPU? So H180 GB RAM GPU you will be able to access. CPU wise, so 28, RAM wise 180 GB, disk wise 100. Empirical means this is another mount they are giving you, a volume mount they are giving you. So you all will be able to access this configuration, which is more than enough for my like a LLM hosting, by the way, at least with the 20 billion, 30 billion parameter model. So this is more than enough. And yeah, with the limited number of user, I will be able to do even a inferencing. So these are the configuration guys, which is required. Are we able to do this configuration guys? Most of the configurations are going to be default configurations. You don't have to worry. Yes. Are you able to do it? Yeah. Now, once we are able to do this one, this much, right? Just click on deploy. Looks like AWS Cloud. Yeah, all the cloud platform are same. It's not different by the way. So just click on deploy. It will take some time and then you will be able to deploy. VM creation failed, invalid value for port 0. Okay. I have to change my port inbound and outbound starting from 1. So inbound rule 1299, add, delete outbound 129999. Now click on deploy. How much credit we have to add? I think $3 is more than enough. $3 will work for approximately 2 hours. $3 $4. Fine. So now, as you can see, it is trying to create this entire machine. It is trying to configure this entire machine. And here, so as of now, you are able to see NA, but in some time you will be able to see an IP address. And with the help of this IP address, you will be able to hit your machine. You will be able to access your machine. So outbound is again same. Just try to add some port 1-9999. It's same actually. Same step will follow, almost same step. Yeah. So it's very easy to spin a machine on any cloud platform, including AWS, Azure, GCP, everywhere. Over there, you have to create just a role and then you have to create a IAM and then you will be able to spin the machine. And you have to set the SSH obviously. Okay, so just wait for it's a building stage. Just wait for a couple of more minutes so that yeah. So now my machine is active and like I said, I'm able to get my IP address. Yeah, I'm able to get my IP address. So this is my public IP address, and with the help of this IP address and with the help of my key pair, right, this particular key pair, I will be able to access this particular machine. Yeah, I will be able to access this particular machine. But how I will be able to access this particular machine? So first of all, you have to go to a key pair, right? You have to go to a key pair and then you can try to basically, okay, so I think I have not downloaded. Again problem. Public key, I don't think I can download it. I think it has downloaded test hyperstack one. This should 7 minutes ago, right? So I think this was the key. Yeah. So by default, it has downloaded my key. So .txt. Fine. It is able to download it. So here, again, there is another way basically. So I don't use this default way by which we are creating the public key. So I used to create a public key with the help of basically Partigen, and then I try to attach it. I'll show you that way as well. Don't worry. I'll try to show you that way as well. Because the problem with this one is that it has given me a key and this key is available into a .txt format. So if you will check this file, so this file is basically available into a .txt format. So and this is basically a private key, right? This is basically a private key which has been shared with me. So I have to use this like a private key. I have to convert this private key into a public key and then I will be able to use it. So like a lot of like things I'll have to manage in between. This is one of the way. Again, so this is just a one-time things, but again, this is one of the way by which I will be able to create the key. There is another way, and generally I use that particular way for all the cloud platform and wherever like public key is required. So I just use that particular approach. I'll show you that particular approach as well. So there is something called as, let me show you that. So there is something called as, if you'll go to Google, Partigen basically. There is something called as Partigen. So Partigen is going to help me out in terms of generating a key and I can try to attach that key to any platform. To any platform means literally I will be able to attach that particular key to any platform out there. So Partigen download guide for Windows, Linux and Mac, and it is available for like all of these platform by the way, right? So all of these platforms. So like I said, Partigen is something which I have been using since a very long time. Maybe Partigen is also available in my drive, so I can directly share that link so that you can download because they're going to show you a lot of ad by the way. And sometime it will be like a confusing. So let me share my drive link. So where I'm keeping Partigen. WinSAP is also needed. You can install WinSAP if you have to transfer the data. But as of now, in this one, I don't have to transfer the data. It's better to go ahead with the WinSAP as well. Okay, so here is a link, guys. So I have shared my own drive link. So I have shared two links, by the way. So one link is for a putty gen. Putty gen I'm going to use to create my key, by the way. So here this platform was trying to create a key, and that key was available into a .txt format. I have to convert that one, so it's better. I'll just go ahead and I can try to use a key which has been created directly by my Puttygen. And then there is a small software called as Putty, which is like a KBs of, or maybe in a MB max to max, 3.7 MB of a file you will be able to see, which is going to help you out to do a SSH or to do a login. So these are the two link I have already shared. So please try to download both of this. Sorry, this file is infected with the virus. Only the owner is allowed. Maybe you can try to uh, remove your like a security of your machine for now. Yeah, it's giving an error. Is it? It's working for me, as you can see. See, I can download it in my system. Same link which I have shared with all of you. So from the same link, I'm trying to access it. Download anyway. So so you can download it from my drive link, or maybe you can go to Google and try to search for a putty gen, and then from there you will be able to download. They used to show you a lot of ad, by the way. So see, I'm able to download this putty gen, a putty, by the way. And similarly I will be able to download a putty gen. Yeah, so I'm able to download both. Sorry, okay, so for one of my file. So it's working well for this putty, but for putty gen it is showing you this one. So maybe you can just go ahead and use this link, puttygen.com. Yeah. So just go to puttygen.com, guys, and then download it. Done. And there are so many links you will be able to find out over the internet. So these softwares are very famous software, by the way. So you will be able to see a lot of link out there. So even Hital has shared one of the link. You can just directly click on that and then you will be able to download it. So I'm keeping this one inside my drive and even inside my. So we need putty and we need puttygen. So first of all, try to install putty and then you can try to install a puttygen. We need both puttygen to generate a key and putty to do a SSH. Both of these things are required, guys. Putty and puttygen. Yeah, so just use this link which has been shared by Anoop for like a downloading this puttygen, and then for putty, so maybe a link by Hetal. There are hundreds of links you will be able to find out over the internet just for this one. This is a very, very old software which we have been using since a very long time. We need actually both. We need a putty as well as we need a partition. Okay, fine. So once let me show you the process. I think many of will be you will be comfortable once I'm going to show you the process. So see, in my system, I have a partition. So first of all, I'm going to open up a partition, right? And then I'm going to click on this generate, right? Once I'm going to click on this generate, and I have to hover my mouse over here. So I should keep on hovering my mouse so that it will be able to generate a key for me, right? It will keep on generating a key for me. So now, as you can see, it is able to generate a key, and this is a SSH key which it has been generated. Now I can try to click on save public key, right? Save as a public key. I can try to save it as a private key. I can try to save it as a public key. So once I'm going to click save as a public key, and maybe I can try to give some sort of a name. So in my document folder, I'm going to save it Euron hyper stack key. Fine. So I can try to like a click and I can try to save it. So this is the only requirement with respect to like a partition I have. So here, what I can do, I can try to go to my document and then I can show you my key. So see, this is the key which I have created, right? And as you can see, like Euron hyperstack, Euron hyperstack key. Yeah. So this is basically a key which I'm able to create it over here. Now, so along with this, right? Along with this, so this is the public key which I'm able to create, by the way. Now I can try to go over here and then I can try to even save it as a private key. So as a public key, I can try to save it, or as a private key, I can try to save it. So just click on private key and here again click yes, you're on hyperstack private key. Maybe just try to give some sort of a name and then save it. So basically, partition is giving you an option to save any key value pair as a public key, as a private key. So this is where this uses of partition comes into a picture. That's it. Apart from that, nothing is actually required. Now let's suppose I have downloaded this key, right? This hyperstack key, which is available into a text format. Where is my key? This hyperstack key I'm able to download. So this is also a private key, by the way, but it's available not in a PPK format or PPK file format. So basically it's available as a .txt format. So maybe I can try to save the same key, the private key that we are able to see. I can try to save the same key into a private file format, and then it is going to work. So I can try to directly use this key which I have downloaded from a hyperstack cloud, or what I can do. So let's suppose if I have my own key which I'm using for a multiple platform access. For example, this is a PPK file I'm able to create, right? This is the Euron private key and this is the public key, by the way. So this is one of the file which I have created. I can try to use even this particular key. I can try to attach this particular key to my instances, and then I will be able to access my instances. So basically, it is going to be a password for you. The key which I'm talking about, right? So technically it's a password. So you can try to even download a TXT file, convert that file into a private key, and then use it as a password. Or you can try to create your password and then you can try to attach this password to instances. So how I will be able to attach this password, by the way, the password which I have created from a partition, right? How I will be able to attach this password to my instances. Let me show you that part as well. So here, what I have done, so I have created my own private key, right? I have created my own private key. Now I'll again go to my virtual machine. I'll try to click on deploy a new virtual machine. I'll try to select any of this machine. I will just leave everything as it is, right? Everything as it is. Now what I will do, create a new SSH key, right? And then I can select a region, and then here I can try to give a name uh, over here. So I can just say that Euron private key stack, any name I can try to give, and then I can try to copy and paste my public key over there. So in this way I will be able to even attach. So both of these things are going to work fine for me. So here it is asking me to attach a public key. So here what I can do, I can try to like copy this entire key, whatever key it is showing me over here, and then I can try to attach it over here. So it is going to import, right? It is going to import. and I can try to activate this one, that okay, try to use this particular key whenever someone will try to access. So basically I have created my own key. I have saved it as a private key, by the way, and then I have just copied this entire key and I have attached it with this environment. Leave everything as it is, right? Leave everything as it is. So maybe I can try to set the inbound. So 129999, add it, outbound. So this is the only differences you will be able to get it, guys. Apart from that, there won't be any differences that you will be able to find out. So either way, whether you are going to create a key on a platform and then use it, or maybe you can try to attach your own key and then use it. Either way, it's completely fine. So I'm just trying to commence two different system over here. So in one places, I'm just trying to use a key which has been provided by a platform itself, and one key where I have created my own key and then I'm trying to attach it. Yeah. So maybe auto install password. Okay, and then click on deploy. You are attached a no, I have saved a private key, I have attached the public key. So over there you will be able to see a message called as public key. So I have just copied this key, right? Copied this key and pasted it over there. That's it. And I have saved my key because I'm attaching this key, right? But and when I will try to access a machine, even at that point of a time, I need a key. So at that point of a time, maybe my private key is going to work, and with that I will be able to log in into the system. I'll show you. Just wait for like a few minutes. Have you enabled public IPSH? Okay, I think I have not. I'll just try to enable it. So once my machine will be up. Yeah. So either way, now, so whatever way suits you, you can just try to go ahead with that. That's completely fine. So for example, if I have like downloaded, so I'll show you this way itself. So let's suppose this is the key which I had downloaded, right? This was the key which I have already downloaded. This one. Now what I can do, so this is my private key, right? So just try to copy this private key and then come to a putty gen because it is available into a .txt format, right? So I can try to come to this putty gen. Where is my, oh, it is not giving me option. So personal, where is my key? D drive download. No, it is not able to load this one. Okay, leave it. Fine. So even this machine is up. I can go to networking. Public IP address is attached. Private IP address is this one. So enable SSH. This looks fine. This looks fine to me. Yeah. Okay. So now this is the machine which is available to me, right? So this machine is available to me. Now what I can do, I can try to log in into this machine. So how I can log in? So first of all, I need this IP address. So without this IP address, I will not be able to log in. So just copy this IP address and putty, right? So we had putty and we have a putty gen. So just go to putty over here, and in this interface, try to paste your IP address. Whatever IP address, public IP address that you are able to see, just try to paste your IP address leave your port number as it is. So port number is going to be 22. Leave this SSH as it is. Then go to this option called as SSH. It's a very small one, right? So I don't think that it will be visible clearly, but yeah, I can't increase the screen size of this one. So it's not possible to increase the screen size of this SSH, this putty, by the way. So just click on this SSH, click add, and then you will be able to see an option called as auth. Just try to click on auth, and then you will be able to find an option called as credential. So inside this connection, there is a SSH, expand it. Inside SSH, there is a auth. Inside auth, there is something called as credential. And here you will be able to see an option. So private key file for a authentication. Yeah, private key file for the authentication. Now the PPK file that we have created and that we have stored, basically, download D drive. Where is my file? D drive download. Yeah. So here I had created this EURON private key, right? This is something which I have created today. So just go to that file. So whatever file that you have created and open it up. By default, it will be able to load that PPK file. And this is the same key which I have attached, right? This is the same key which I have attached even inside my instances. So when I was trying to create my instances, so it's public key I have already attached, and this is the private key by which I'm trying to log in into my system. So this is the password, by the way, right? This is the password which I'm trying to give so that I will be able to log into my system, and then click on open. And if everything is going to work well, then yeah, so it is going to show me a pop-up. Click on accept and log in as. So now it is asking me that you would like to log in as, and whenever it is asking you to log in as, just try to type over here Ubuntu. Anyone, guys, who is able to reach out to this step? Yeah. So just try to type over here. So when it is asking you login as, just try to type UBUNTU. Simple. And then it will try to like authenticate with your SSH key, and successfully, as you can see, I'm able to log in into the system. Let me, now I can increase the font size. Now I will be able to get the option. So click on change setting, click on appearance, click on change, and then I can try to increase the font size. So now I'm able to log in into my machine, by the way, right? This is my machine, which I have like a this persistent Stodinger, right? Stodinger. So now if I'll go over here, so yes, this is my machine name, and successfully I'm able to log in into my machine. So public key, the public key that we have attached, for that same public key, the private key that we have saved, we have to use that private key and we have to use it inside a putty gen. Shall I show you this configuration once again? The whole configuration by spinning a new machine. Yeah. It's just a one-time job, guys. So if you are able to do it once, you will be able to do it like again and again. Yeah. Why neglecting IPv6? It's not required. IPv4 is more than enough. So this is the step we have to follow every time. Yeah. So for any machine, even if you are going to spin a machine on AWS or Azure, you will have to follow the exact same step. Even if you are spinning a machine anywhere, you have to follow the exact same step. It will give you the IP address, and whatever key that you have attached, you have to use just that particular key, and then you can try to spin your machine. So anyone guys who is able to do it, by the way? Anyone? Okay, so I'm able to spin the VMs. Okay, fine. Okay. Now there is a command called as NVIDIA, as we are using like a GPU over here. So there is something called as NVIDIA-SMI. If you are going to use this command, it is going to show you your entire GPU configuration. So basically, what series of NVIDIA that you are, or like a graphics card that you are using. So we are using basically H100. What is the configuration? Each and everything it is going to show you, right? It is going to show you everything over here. So the command is NVIDIA-SMI. We are using a NVIDIA graphics card. H100 has been provided by basically NVIDIA. So yeah, getting invalid public key error. So just try to use a correct basically like a location. So I think you are not using Canada. By default it will be Canada. So just try to do a drop down, select a drop down, and then select a Canada. How we'll get to know which VM is reliable for any XYZ project? So this calculation we do based on the model size, based on the hits that my system is going to get. Yeah. Okay. Now I'm going to show you this entire step one more time. So I have just closed my entire system. Let me close my partition. Yeah. And let me go back to my HyperStack cloud once again. Go to my virtual machine. Let me delete all this virtual machine. I'll do it once again for all of you. So delete this virtual machine and delete whatever machine that I have created, just delete it. So I'll try to create it everything from the scratch. The only thing is that you have to configure the key. That's it. So deploy a virtual machine. Select a machine by the way, right? Once I'm able to select the machine, select this environment or location, right? And then your operating system by default. Now, majority of you will get stuck over here in terms of SSH key configuration. And this is important because without this, you will not be able to access your machine. So here, if you will click, they are giving you create a new SSH key option. These two key I can delete. I can just go to a key pair and I can delete this key pair. I can use one single key pair to access hundreds of machines together. So I don't have to like change the password again and again. So I can use the same key and I can use it. So I can click on deploy virtual machine, select the machine, whatever machine that you are looking for, and then your environment, then operating system images. Then here you will be able to find out create a new SSH key. Click over here, select the environment. So it's a Canada environment, right? Give a name. So maybe I can give a name as test over here. And then it is asking you for a public key, right? It is asking you for a public key. Now, so they're also giving you an option to generate the SSH key. So I can come over here, I can select a reason, and then I can try to generate a SSH key. And by default, it is going to attach that SSH key, right? Now, here, just try to read it out. HyperStack creates a new RSA key pair for you to be used for a SSH access into your VMs. Simply select the environment, enter the key name, and then click create button. Your public key is saved in HyperStack, right? So by default, it is going to create two keys. One key is public, one is private. Same thing we are doing even with respect to a like a partition. So we are trying to attach. So let's suppose if I'm generating some key with respect to a partition. So I'm trying to attach a public key here with a machine, and then private key I'm able to use it for a login, right? Same thing it does, by the way. Same thing, exact same thing. It is not doing anything different. So your public key is saved in HyperStack to be used with the VMs for SSH access, right? So by default, HyperStack is saving your public key. Your private key is downloaded to be used with the SSH client. So private key, you will be able to download it. So I can try to use any of this way. So let's suppose I'm just going to click on generate, right? So once I'm going to click on generate, as you can see, test hyperstack 2, this is a txt file that it is able to create, right? This is just a txt file it is able to create. Now by default, it is like it has already attached a public key and private key. This is my private key, by the way. The key which I'm able to download, technically it's a private key for me. As simple as that, right? Now, enable the SSH. I'm not using partition, by the way. As of now, I'm not using partition. In my last step, I have used a partition. Yeah. But in this one, so I'm not using a partition at all. Canada OS, this is attached. SSH enable, fine. Callback, no. Maybe Jupyter notebook. I can give a password over here. Okay, image missing. Which image is missing? Canada, that's fine. Image I have already selected. Okay. So SSH enable. If you have not enabled it, then you can enable it after like spinning a machine. That's fine. The rest of the configuration is same. Click on deploy. Now I have this particular key, right? This particular key which has been given my hyperstack. So last time what I have done, so when I was using a partition, so in a partition, I will be able to see my public key. So I can attach it with any machines and then I can save that public key directly. But here it is giving you .txt file. Let me show you how to use this .txt file, by the way. Yeah, it will make your life a little bit easy. So it will remove a partition from your life, by the way. We will use this private key using a putty to access VM. Yes, see, private key. So it's a very simple fundamental concept, guys. So it creates two keys, any of this system, right? So it doesn't matter which system you are going to use, even in AWS. So it is going to create a public key, right? Now public key, it is going to attach with the machine by default, so that now my machine knows, right? Now my machine knows what is the password. So whenever you are going to create any kind of a account, let's suppose I'm creating a Gmail account, right? Whenever I'm going to create a Gmail account for the very first time, so we try to give a password, right? Yes, everyone. Yeah. So we try to give a password whenever we are going to create a Gmail account, Facebook or anything. So what Gmail does, so Gmail is going to store that password somewhere in their own server, right? And then when you will try to log in again, or maybe via different machine, you will try to access your Gmail. So you have to add up, so you have to basically give a password. So whenever you are trying to give a password, so basically private, right? So let's suppose if you are trying to like give a password to access a machine. So whenever you give a password, it try to match that password with the password that you have already given. So the password which machine is storing is called as public, right? The password that you are using to access this machine is called as private. Technically, it understands, like it just does the conversion, right? But technically it's the same key that we are trying to use. So machine is storing it as a public key and you are using the same key as a private key. Just think in that way. It's just a password, like Gmail stores a password and then next time whenever I'm going to log in, so it is going to allow me to log in the similar manner. It is allowing me to log in over here. Okay, so this focused more is up and this is the IP address. Now how I will be able to hit this machine? So open up putty, 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 and now give this IP address. This is the IP address. Now go to SSH, expand it. Here you will be able to see auth, expand it. Here you will be able to see the credential. Now just browse, right? Now just browse. So where I have already stored this file, so I have already stored this file in my D drive downloads. This is the private key, like this is the private key. Okay, cool. This is the private key that I have. So here D drive download, and now it is looking for, by default it is looking for a file in which format, by the way? Are you able to see the file format? Yeah, PPK, right? PPK is a file format basically for a private key, right? Basically it's a .ppk. So it is looking for .ppk. I can even click on all files. Now it will be able to show me all the files. And this test hyperstack 2, this is basically a file. I can try to open it up and then let's just try to browse this .txt file and then try to click on open. Now accept, login as Ubuntu. Not supported. Now this is the error, not supported authentication method available. So basically system was looking for .ppk file By default, Hyperstack has given you .txt file, right? Hyperstack has, although there is a private key, I'm not saying that there is no private key. Yes, private key is available inside that file. That's completely fine. But it was looking for a supported file format, which is technically .ppk, right? .ppk. And Hyperstack has given me a file in a .txt format. So somehow I'll have to convert that .txt into .ppk. If I'm able to do it, I will be able to use the same one. That's the reason. So I have shown you the other approach. Other approach means use a partition. It will give you public, private both, right? So save it as a private and use it as a public inside the machine. And then happily you will be able to log in. Now here you have one more step. You can't log in through this .txt file, the txt file which Hyperstack has given to you. You have to convert this txt file into a ppk file, right? And then only you will be able to use it. There is no other way. So I think now you are able to understand why I have used partition. Yeah. And it's going to be the same story. Believe me, whatever machine that you will commence in this entire world, right? After, because when you will like do something in real, without machine, you will not be able to do it, right? Without machine, you will not be able to do it. Even big data, right? Even big data, you will not be able to do it without machine, because at the end of the day you will not be able to execute your Spark or something in your local machine. You have to have use a cluster, a bunch of machines which will be available over the cloud, and then you have to access it through a keys, by the way. Yes. So try to rename .txt as a ppk and see how it goes. Okay. See, extension is something that you can't change it in this way, by the way, right? So let's try to open it up into a VS Code. Open with VS Code, right? VS Code or cursor. So this is my key, right? This is my key, and I can try to like create a new files. So maybe test private key dot ppk, yeah, and then I can just save it. I can just save it. So wherever this like a location is, now go and let's go and check. Yeah. So test private key. See, I'm able to save it now. So just try to open it up into a VS Code. You will not be able to rename it, by the way, because extension you will not be able to rename it just by like doing a right click and then rename. You have to store it as a separate file itself. So this is a way. Now I have converted the same thing, right? Same thing, exact same .txt. I have done what? Like copy and pasted. I have created one file with extension called as .ppk, and file name doesn't matter. What name you have given over there and here. The only thing which matters is what is the password inside it, right? What is the password? Now let's try to use this one, the converted one, right? The converted one which I have like done it from the with the help of like a VS Code, right? So I just created one file with the extension .ppk, copy and pasted the key. That's it. Whatever key was available in .txt here, I'll just copy and pasted it over here. Simple, end of the game. Now let's try to open up partition. Sorry, putty. Let me give the IP address. So IP address is this. IP address, click on SSH, expand it, click on auth, expand it, click on credential. Let me browse the credential which I have stored just now. So I think in the big data folder, test private key, right? Open it up. So now it's available into .ppk. Click on open. Now log in as Ubuntu. Okay, so not support authentication method, able to. I'm giving this ppk file. Not supporting. That's why I simply use partition. Majority of time in my cases, I don't take this kind of a headache. I just like load the private key. I simply like use a partition, which is like I'm using it since many years, by the way. Okay, save as a private key. Let me save it somewhere. Test new private. Again, I'm using partition. 。 . 。  . 。 . 。 . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . 。 . 。 . . . . I follow the simple approach, use a partition, generate it, attach it, login. Simple. Deal done. No more headache we have to take. Test new private, open, UBUNTU. Hmm. So the save that I have done over here, it has not worked actually. It has not worked. So basically, I ultimately I had to open up my partition, and then through a partition itself, I had to convert it into a private key. So when you have to use ultimately a partition, then use a partition since the beginning itself. Yeah. So just use partition all the time. One of my favorite. Simple. Let me increase the font size. Okay. NVIDIA hyphen SMI. Now, this is my configuration of this server. Yes. So, again, from the next time, it just take 2 minutes of time, guys. I think we have spent 1.5 hours of time, right, to spin just a machine. But I think, yeah, just a one-time learning because it just take 2 minutes of time, not more than that. And I believe now we are pretty much clear with respect to a public key, private key, login, everything, right? So now we are able to spin the machine. And if you're able to spin a machine here, you will be able to spin a machine anywhere. Anywhere means literally anywhere. And let's do ls. So yeah, these are the files which is available. Let me do pwd present working directory. So I'm into home slash ubuntu, right? I'm into this particular directory. Now let's start configuring my entire server. Shall we start, guys, now? So your machine is up, by the way. Yeah, machine is up. I can even check like a Python. Python, it is not able to understand. So technically Python is not available. I'll have to install Python over here. Yeah, I'll have to install Python. So Python is not available. So this machine is completely a bare machine. Means there is nothing which is available. This is a new computer, you can say, a new heavy computer we are able to access. And now the entire computer is blank, right? I can do whatever I want, and yeah, so I will be able to access it. Now, how to access a Jupyter notebook, by the way? So to access a Jupyter notebook, you have to use the same IP address, right? So paste an IP address in your browser and then just give a colon port number 8888. Jupyter notebook will be available at 88 if you have enabled Jupyter notebook. If you have not enabled, you will not be able to access it. So in this machine, I have already enabled a Jupyter notebook, right? And it's available at port 8888. So hit enter. Let me see whether it can reach out. Ideally, port 88, it should allow. Yeah, it's a 48, not 8088. No, no, for Jupyter Notebook, by default, it will assign the port number. For Jupyter Notebook, we don't give a port number by default if I have enabled it. I'll have to check whether I had enabled it. I think I have enabled it for this machine because for the previous machines I have enabled it. It will be available on 8888. That's a default port number for a Jupyter Notebook. But I think I have not allowed, but inbound wise, even I have allowed 9999, right? So 8888 is lesser than this. Fine, we'll have to check whether I have enabled it or not. Maybe I have like forgot to enable a Jupyter notebook. So it's fine. Anyhow, I don't need a Jupyter notebook. I just need this machine. Okay, so clear it, clear everything, and then let's start like doing a configuration step by step. So I have a command ready with me. So here, this is the very first command. Basically, we'll try to install a Python. So before installing a Python, so we'll try to update this entire like a machine that we have, the images that we are using. So just call sudo add apt repository. Just call this one. So it will be able to update your entire machine. So I've already pasted a command, guys. Yeah. Now, so you have to write sudo apt. Sudo means super user command. Sudo apt and then updat update. Sudo apt update. So it is going to update my machine. Do it, everyone. Okay, so update is done. We are able to run two commands basically. Yeah. Someone is asking me what is APT. So APT is basically a package manager. Full form is Advanced Package Tool, APT. Basically, so it's been used inside a Linux machine. Basically, whether you are using a Ubuntu or maybe any Linux like a machine Debian based distribution, uh, to basically access all the packages, the shorthand is basically APT, Advanced Package Tool. Now, so once we are able to do this, right, two of these things we are able to run, then the next thing is let's go ahead and install Python. So again, we can try to call sudo apt package manager, by the way, install Python 3.12, right, inside a virtual environment, all yes, basically. So this is going to install a Python inside my environment. Pasting a command, guys, inside your chat. Sorry, the command should be sudo. Start with sudo apt. I've just pasted like Python. Yeah, so this is the command sudo apt install. So just like a pip, right? Pip we are using for a, like a py. So in the similar manners here inside a Linux, we are using apt. So it will take some time. It is going to install Python. I can install Java, Python, whatever I want. Traditional portals which we utilize till date used to run code via git push. So obviously code we are going to push it inside the GitHub. We are trying to host our own LLMs, right? To host LLMs, we need a machine. How you will be able to host it inside a GitHub? GitHub is a repository, code manager, by the way, right? Yeah. So still taking some time. So my machine will be ready and my LLMs will be ready in next 20-25 minutes, by the way. Yeah, that is the only time which is required. Oracle Cloud free trade, it can provide same thing. I don't think that they are providing you GPUs, especially H100 free. No one is providing you H100 for free, by the way. No one. Or any real-time GPUs. How to create a key using a putty and partition. Partition I have already shown you, right? Putty is for login, not for key creation. Partition is basically for a key creation. 1 GB CPU RAM they give free, and which is of no use, by the way. So I think more than that, Google Colab is giving you. Yeah, 1 GB CPU RAM or GPU, like it's of no use. I mean, like there are hundreds of other platforms which is providing me more than that. Yeah. So there are many. So no one will, like I said, right? No one will give you H100, A100 for free. No one means no one. It's too costly for any one of us. Setting up machine in house is better, or setting like this. Setting like this is better, because if you are going to like set up a machine in house, first of all it is going to cost you like a lakhs and lakhs, just for one single card. Let's suppose if I'm using one single card, H100 card, right? So that will cost you 3-4 lakh rupees in Indian currency. In US, obviously it will be a bit cheaper. But yeah, so you have to like set up like so many cards. You have to maintain the networking port, and above all, a cooling system which is going to like burn your electricity like anything. It will give you like a lot of electricity bill every month. Because Just purchasing a machine is not the end of the game. Maintaining that machine is another level of headache. That's the reason GPUs are very much costly, right? Why it is taking longer for me? I don't know. It's a cloud, so cloud to cloud download is trying to do. It must have done that so far, but I don't know. So for Yuri, what you have used. So basically, there are a lot of like a bare metal provider. So basically, like they will not give you a fancy interface or something, but yeah, they will give you a GPU, whatever GPU that you need. Generally, we go ahead with that because it will be a little bit like a cheaper for us. You can say it's kind of a local vendor who is like giving you a bare metal, but not just like a fancy stuff or fancy this kind of things. But yeah, so just giving you a network port and then you will be able to access it. Generally, we like use that kind of a machine. How to convince our manager that we need this in our company to align with the tech? Every time in the end he replies with the budget issue. Then say that okay, change your job in that case. If you are working under that kind of a manager, right, it's better to change the job instead of convincing your manager. Because if the person is not able to understand, you can't convince it, right? You can't go and convince every time like everyone. So better to change the job. At least you will be able to save your future. My very simple advice. You should not go and convince. Okay, it's taking too much time. Let's see what is going on. Waiting for a cache log, could not get a log content, it's held by process. Waiting for the cache log. Why you are waiting? Okay, so let me kill this process. Process is 8916. Okay, so sudo kill minus 9. Process is 8916. I don't know, like for my system. Okay, kill the process. Now it should not give me that issue. Yeah, now it's working. I know, like, I don't know, like whether my system was like got stuck somewhere, and because of that, it was okay. So this one is done. Now let's go ahead and try to create a Python virtual environment. So everyone just create a virtual environment. Python it is able to download. So virtual environment, I think it is able to create. Now once it is able to create, let's activate this virtual environment. So again, I'm pinging you the code, and as you can see that my virtual environment is activated, right? So this is the environment. The way we create a virtual environment in a local system, in the similar manner I'm doing it. So here I'm able to create a virtual environment and I'm able to activate my virtual environment as you can see, right, in my console. So simple. So far we are able to do the Python installation, right? So we were able to update the machine and then we were able to like install the Python environment. Now there are like once my Python environment is available, so you have to basically upgrade your pip. There is something called as setup tool and there is something called as wheel. so that I will be able to build the file or build the binaries. So just try to run pip install upgrade wheel. I have just pinged you inside the code. Successfully upgraded everything, right? It will not take much of your time. Now, so now my machine is ready with the Python, right? Now my machine is ready with each and everything. And now we are just two step away, just two step away to host our LLMs. That's it. Once my machine is ready, right? So I have just installed a Python and now we just have to follow another two step by which I will end up doing a installation, or I will like end up running a LLMs in my machine. Shall we do it now? Share the kill command. So kill command is very simple. Sudo kill hyphen 9, or even 9 you can remove. So sudo kill and then the process ID. So whatever process ID that it will show you, right? So in my case it was showing me 8916. In your case it may show you something different. So just try to give that ID. It will kill that ID. Process ID basically. Yeah. Simple. Okay, so it's a standard Linux command, by the way. Anyone and everyone who is using a Linux machine or even a Mac machine, I think they must be aware about it. Yeah, for a Windows user, obviously it's a first time. I do understand that part. But yeah, anyone and everyone who is using any Mac machine or like a Linux, because Mac is also a basis Linux, right? So they can use the same command. Now, like I said, guys, so we are only two steps away, right? Just two step away to like host our LLMs, by the way. Before that, so I would like to like talk about something over here. So there is something called as VLLM, right? There is a framework called as VLLM. Anyone who is aware about this VLLM, by the way? Yeah. Okay. So some people have heard, people are saying yes, yes, yes. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So basically, there is a framework or there is a library which has been designed, I think, by a UC Berkeley researcher, right? And to do what? So basically, to do a model inferencing in a efficient manner. So whenever you have this LLMs, right? So a big LLMs, 20 billion parameter, 70 billion parameter, 100 billion parameter. So these are the big LLMs. So in an optimized way, if you have to do a inferencing, right? If you have to do a inferencing and if you have to expose those model to the outer world where other people will be able to consume it as an API without even worrying about the hosting part, because hosting will be in a backend, right? So in this machine, by the way. So VLM is basically a framework, or you can say a library, which is going to help you out in that way. So where you will be able to serve the model, especially LLM, right? LLM I'm talking about, not just any other vision model or any other NLP model. No, I'm talking about all the LLMs. So basically, you will be able to serve this LLM with a scale, right? So all of these things will be taken care by VLLM itself. Yeah, VLLM itself. So because you can even go ahead with the Hugging Face, right? So Hugging Face may be like a hosting, and even Hugging Face are providing you TPUs and GPUs, right? You can go ahead with the hosting over there. But in general, when you will try to use a Hugging Face based transformer, you can go ahead with that. Maybe sometime I'll show you how to do this one with respect to Hugging Face. But it is not that efficient, and you will end up wasting a memory, you will end up wasting a compute because of the inefficient scheduling of token. So when it try to generate it, this is where this VLLM has been introduced, and VLLM generally are using internally a pagination based attention, so which will try to optimize the entire token generation, because this is what we do with respect to LLMs, right? We generate the tokens, we try to give input as a token, output as a token. And obviously, VLMs always help you out in terms of handling a GPUs in a much more efficient way. So there are so many features you will be able to get it. So high throughput you will be able to get it. Continuous batching will be handled by a VLM automatically. It gives you a compatibility with all the GPT series, all the Llama series, all the Falcon series, and almost every series of the model, right? So you don't have to worry about when you are using a VLMs. And again, so by default, even internally, OpenAI and other platforms are using the same thing, right? Obviously with the big cluster of the machine, but yeah, they're using the same thing. And internally, it will be able to handle automatically a multi GPUs. Let's suppose I'm using one GPU, but let's suppose I have a stack of GPUs, right? So internally, it will be able to handle all of those multi GPUs and tensor, because at the end of the day, the tokens, right? So compute is going to happen on a mathematical label, and that is something called as, that array is called as tensors. So basically it will be able to achieve a tensor parallelism automatically. So this is where this VLLM library comes into a picture. In terms of implementation, it's nothing, believe me. Let me show you that part, right? In terms of implementation, it's literally nothing that you all will be able to find out. So command wise, let me show you the command, how this command looks like in terms of serving a VLMs, right? So let me show you this. So this is the command. Now what this command is going to do, so first of all, this is going to install a VLLM library, right? The way we try to install pandas, numpy, any other libraries in a similar manner. So we are trying to do pip install pre-built VLLMs, right? For a GPT OSS. Simple. So this is a VLLM we are trying to install. So we are trying to like build a wheel over here. We are trying to build it, and we are saying that okay, fine. So just try to install a VLLMs for this GPT OSS, because we are going to host a GPT OSS model. Let's suppose if I am running maybe a Llama series, then this command is going to change a little bit, right? So not a core one, by the way. Instead of GPT OSS, it will be Llama, or it will be Falcon, or maybe it will be some different series. Same changes you have to do over here, and command easily you will be able to find out on this VLLM AI website itself. So it's like easy to get it. So they are giving you a proper documentation as well. So if you will come over here, right, you will be able to see a proper documentation, or else you can go ahead and ask ChatGPT or maybe like a Yuri, basically, right? So they will give you the complete, and it's just a command. It's just a piece of command that you all will be able to find out, and like not difficult to understand. And then it is going to install it. So this is the command which I will be using to install a VLM, a GPT OSS based VLMs, because we are going to use a GPT OSS model. For Llama, again, like I said, so just a small changes into a command and you will be able to use it even with respect to a Llama. So, okay, this is the VLM, right? Hit enter and it will start downloading and it will start installing it. There is a command. So what is wheel? Basically, wheel is a package builder. What is pagination? Pagination means one by one, giving you a like a output one by one, not at once. And this VLM's framework has been designed in such a way that it can efficiently handle that pagination while doing a inferencing in terms of token. Your YouTube done that, then it's amazing. VLM in backend uses a tensors. Yes, yeah. So basically, it's a PyTorch based like a build. So technically, it is using a tensors. It's the same using pagination in Java. See, I know the concept of pagination. Everywhere we use a pagination. So even in a like a beside development, we try to use, even with respect to APIs, we try to use a pagination. It's a concept. It's available everywhere. My VLM is something we can use. So VLM is something we can use in a real world project as well. So VLMs are something that we all are using most of the time, even in real world. So whatever we are doing, it's a real world actually. So tomorrow you are going to host hundreds of your models. Same approach. Sir, my interaction SMS is received, but hyperstack is still loading blank page. I don't know. It never gives me a problem. By the way, I can, and you can see like I'm able to run it, right. So maybe just like refresh it, it will work. It should work. It always works, by the way. After tuning the LLM model, can we get a result same like a GPT plus Pro output? Obviously, yes. So Bala is saying basically VLMs is used to launch a LLMs model as an API with the optimized performance. Exactly, Bala. You are correct. Can we host a multiple model in one time? Obviously, I can host multiple models. So see, I'm able to log in into like this system, right? I can open up 10 such interfaces for the same machine. I can host it and everything will be up and running. So you can host any number of model in single machine. But again, it depends upon the traffic that you are handling, right? It's not about like hosting any machines, because even in your local computer, your like a laptop or maybe your desktop, you used to open multiple programs, right? But yeah, so you feel stuck sometimes. So when you try to open some of the heavy, like process driven or heavy resource consuming programs. So same thing is going to happen even with respect to the machine. I check in a new tab, but still in a payment page, still loading, might be a redaction issue. Yeah, maybe. So H100 compute will be shared among the many putty session. Putty is just a login. So just like you log in into your Windows machine or laptop, right? So putty is just a interface by which you are login, nothing more than that. Putty has nothing to do with how many sessions you are going to open up. You can open one, you can open 100. I'll show you. Like let's suppose this is like an ongoing one, right? Let me open up. Okay, so I have already done this. I can try to open up a duplicate session. So here I can go and click on duplicate session and log in as a UBUNTU. So yeah, I'm able to log in, right? So two times. One is here and one is here. Likewise, I can log in 10 times. It's up to me. So maybe in one instance, I'm running some of the Linux command, maybe this one. In another one, maybe I'm running a VLLM. So likewise, I can try to open up 10 such like environments. Anyhow, like Python environment is not activated. So maybe I can try activating my same Python environment here as well. Yeah, so now here as well, I have activated my same Python environment. Okay, so my VLLM is installed, right? My VLLM is installed. So once this VLLM is installed, now we are only one step away. And after this step, everything will be done. I can start using the models, right? Let me show you that part. So VLLM configuration is done, this one. Now the second command is this. That's it. VLLM, I have already installed in the previous step. So VLLM serve what? So serve this model. So what it will do? So it will try to download this model, right? Automatically, because we have configured a VLLM based on OpenAI, and especially GPT OSS, which is an open source model, by the way, right? Our port number is 8000. GPU memory utilization is 90%. So I'm not giving 100%. I'm leaving 10% for some other one. Maybe you can try to keep it like a 70%, 60%, 50%, right? But ideally, you should not give 100%. So GPU, otherwise your entire system will be choked and you will not be able to even log in sometime. So maximum model length is equals to 8192. That is like a basically this is giving this is something which I am trying to give as a token output. I can try to even like a change it, right? I can try to make it as a 1 million. I can try to make it maybe as a like a lakhs, basically 100K or something like that. But if I'm going to increase that, again my inferencing time will be more, right? So I'm just trying to say that okay, fine, generate a small token and keep on streaming it, keep on streaming it. So in this way my VLLM will be relaxed and it will keep on streaming the tokens, output tokens, by the way. Yeah. So this is right. So this is technically, and then I'll show you the actual magic. So just copy this command, paste it, and then I'll show you the actual magic. And now you will be able to understand how Yuri is working. At least a little bit, you will be able to understand. And now you will get an idea that how I will be able to create such kind of a system and monetize it. Monetize it just by creating simple user interface. Let me show you this. So after this command, so maybe I can come here and then I can just try to execute this one, hit enter, and then sit tight. Yeah. So now my VLLM is up. As you can see, a big VLLM symbol. And now, as you can see in my machine, it is downloading, right? It is downloading that model. So it's a GBs of download, but yeah, it's a cloud to cloud download. Nothing is happening in my system, by the way, because my GPUs are available on a cloud and it is downloading something from the cloud. So it will be very, very fast. As you can see, the download speed is like a super fast. How you are creating a single API, just like one key and then value wise. So maybe a list of the values. So means like list of the models. It's like that, mapping to a single key. That's a core logic behind that. Embedding model also we need to install. We are not installing it. We are hosting it, by the way. There is nothing called installation in terms of models. It's a weights, right? It's a file, by the way. So now I'll show you the magic. Yep. Sir, but it's too costly. Obviously, everything is costly, right? Like everything comes with a cost. Okay, so download is done. It was a big one, and as you can see, wait for OpenAI GPT OSS 20 billion is done, right? So this is the highlighted one where you will be able to see the wait download. So this is done. Just wait for a couple of more minutes so that it will be able to host it, and then I'll show you how to access that model. In one time setup, can we use the API for model calling every time we need to pay the money after some time or month? So as long as this will keep on running, you will have to pay. As long as you will be consuming you will be using the machine, you'll have to pay. हमारे लिए अभी यूरी ही भगवान but you should know, right? You should also know ki like how to create such kind of a system. That's the reason so you have joined this lecture. Otherwise, what is the use of like joining my lecture, right? Okay, just wait couple of more minutes. Okay, it's like now hosting it. Okay, so now it is time to start my application. Waiting for the application startup. Application startup complete. Okay, that's cool. And application is available as you can see on this particular URL. Now it is giving you 0000. So this is basically a URL of local machine. Local machine means this machine which I am using, it will be local to a cloud, right? The way I have my own local machine. So this is giving you this one. But you will not be able to access at 0000. Where you will be able to access, by the way, guys? Any idea? Yeah, where you will be able to access. See, this is a local to a GPU, right? In whatever like a places, Canada, right? So basically, this machine is available in a Canada. So obviously, for Canada, for that location where this entire data center has been created, so it is basically local to that one, right?
Yeah, I think we all know the game. So everyone is saying public IP address. Obviously, yes. So you have to replace this one with the public IP address and then you will be able to access this one. Let me show you how you will be able to access it. So what was my public IP address, by the way? So my public IP address, this is my virtual machine, right? Let me like click, and this is my public IP address. This is something which I have used. So basically now it has started doing a inferencing, right? It has started doing a inferencing. Leave it as it is. You don't have to do anything, by the way, right? Leave it as it is. Now, so if you have to like, because in this, because one process, for example, you try to start a Python program, right? API testing. So you just leave it as it is. So just leave it as it is, this particular interface. In a separate interface, maybe you can try to like write a code, and there is a code called as watch, WATCH, watch what? So watch hyphen N1 and then NVIDIA SMI. So basically watch means it will try to show you the real time use of your graphics card. So whenever I'm going to access, as of now it's 0%, right? As of now it's 0% and power by 77 watt it is using out of 350 watt. Now by the time I'll start hitting my model in real time, so see, even this is up and running, right? I'm under this watch basically, right? And for every 1 second, what it will do, number of second is equal to 1, n is equal to 1 I have given. So it will try to show you that this consumption will go up, this consumption will go down. Automatically it will go up, it will go down, go up, go down. So as I will start doing the inferencing. Now how I can do the inferencing? That's a question. So see, this is my watcher. I have just enabled my watcher. Yeah, I have just enabled my watcher. And then on this window, right, on this particular window, so my model is up and running. Yeah, my model is up and running. So I'll just leave it as it is. So how I will be able to access? So this is available on cloud. And now let's suppose I would like to access it, or maybe you would like to access it in my class. If let's suppose you would like to access this model, how you will be able to access this model, how you will be able to do the inferencing, the way you are doing inferencing with URI. Yeah, with URI. Let me show you that. And then in a real time, you will be able to see this numbers will fluctuate, means consumption will go up and down. So as soon as you will start like, doing the inferencing with my model. So shall we do the inferencing, guys, now? Okay, so command for watch is simple. Watch hyphen N1, 1 second. You can try to put up for 2 seconds as well. And then NVIDIA SMI. So this is the NVIDIA SMI configuration. Shall we do it? Shall we do the inferencing? Yeah. So as we know, and as you are able to see that this model is available at this location, right? But 00 is for this local to this machine. So basically I have to use the IP address, this public IP address, or maybe I can try to attach with some DNS, maybe by euron.com, right? So I can try to just like, instead of hitting this IP address, technically when you are trying to hit euron.1, you are hitting some IP address. We are just hiding that IP address and we are showing you the domain name basically, right? So that I'll show you in a later stage, maybe sometime, that how you can like bind with the DNS name. But yeah, as of now, it's IP address. And every URL that you hit, right? Every URL you hit on over the internet, technically it's IP address. Yeah, technically it's IP address. So I just copy this one. And if I have to access this particular model, right? Let me show you how I will be able to access it. And then you will feel like it's actually same, right? It's actually same as like hitting a URI. Yeah. So let me open up my notebook. Fine. Now, this is the IP address, right? Just try to attach before this, just try to attach HTTP, not S, not S. As of now, it's not secured. I have not like attached a SSL certificate for this one. // this IP address, right? And then colon, at which port model is been hosted. So I believe it's visible over here, right? Port number is what? Port number is 8000, right? This is the 8000 port number. And again, so in my command, I have already given the port number. So it's not like system is selecting automatically. I have already given the port number 8000. So here column 8000, yeah, 8000 slash v1 slash chat slash completion, 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 completion. Now this is your actual URL by which you will be able to do the inferencing. Can we say in a URI we get the similar kind of a URL? And even on any other system, let's suppose you are trying to use OpenAI, just go ahead and use the OpenAI API. You will be able to get the similar kind of a URL. OpenAI, then slash v1 or maybe v2 chat slash completion slash embedding, something like that, right? Can we say similar kind of a like a URL we used to get? Yeah, everywhere, whether you are using Yuri, OpenAI, or any other like APIs for LLMs, you will get almost like a similar kind of a things. Yeah. So how I will be able to like hit this particular model? Let me like show it to you. Yeah, let me show it to you. By the way, so here this is the URL, right? And I can try to use maybe a Python code, and maybe I can try to use even a curl. Both is possible. Curl I can try to use, and if I don't want to use a Python code, so maybe I can try to use a curl, and then I can try to hit as a chat completion. I will show you even streaming, means it will keep on giving you the data, right? It will keep on giving you the data. So let me show you with respect to a curl over here. So curl means kind of a Linux command by which you will be able to hit it. So this is the curl command, by the way. This is my URL. So I'll just try to replace it with my URL. So curl post my URL, right, with my IP address. Header content JSON bearer not needed, means I have not attached the key. So I would like to attach. So it's just like a Yuri, we have attached the key on top of this one, and I believe we all know how to attach a key with respect to the API. Now, data wise means payload wise, this is the payload which I am sending. So, model OpenAI OSS 20 billion parameter model, right? Message, explain me the quantum mechanism, and maximum token is equals to 200. I can give like a 2000 over here. That's completely cool. Maybe I can like give 2000 over here. So this is the curl command, and see, this is my IP address, right? This is my machine, the machine which I am spinning as of now, machine where I have hosted this one. So now this curl I can try to, I'll show you with Python as well. Just wait. With Python also I'll show you those who are, because I have already discussed about the API. That's the reason I have taken an API classes in the beginning itself, because I know that many times we will end up using API. So you should be comfortable with the APIs. You can try to hit it even with the Postman or anywhere, right? I just need this URL. I just need a URL and load. And if there is a like a key, I have to send the key. That's it. This is the meaning of the API, nothing much. So here, if I'm going to call this one, and maybe I can try to open up PowerShell, because inside my system I have a Ubuntu. Yeah. Now this curl, right? Hit enter. And let's see whether I'm able to inference with my machine or not. And then parallelly, let's see, it is consuming. Okay, so application startup complete. That's cool. It's waiting. This one is running. One 85 216 2022 16 2022. Just wait. No, I have already like had enter so many times. It's a public IP, right? So I think I must be able to access. Okay, let me do one thing. Let me hit it from the machine itself. So this is my curl. From a machine itself, I'll try to hit it. So new session, sorry, duplicate session. Login as Ubuntu. Okay. It has not changed. Ideally, it should change if it is using my model. Okay, so no, it is not able to hit. We'll check. We'll check what is the issue. It should not be an issue, by the way, reaching out because from a machine itself, I'm trying to reach out to the same machine, right? I could have done, okay, let me change this one to 00 because if I'm hitting from the same machine, it should even work with 0.0.0.0 because it's local to it, right? So 0.0.0.0. Let me test. Anyhow, I'll make it work. So don't worry. Details not found. Which detail it is not able to found? Okay, so it is not able to find my URL. Okay, fine. Got it. It will work anyhow, guys. I'll make it work. Maybe it's just a cache issue. I'll have to restart because it should work. I can see my, okay, 404 not found, and this is for my 0.0.0.0. So basically, it is able to hit my machine, but with this IP address, why it is not able to hit? This is the IP address 185.216.20.22. Yeah, that's a IP address for my machine. But I'm saying 0.0.0.0.16. This is active 185.216.20.22. 185.216.20.22. Yeah, that's the IP address. Chat completions. Okay. It should be S. Hmm. That was the issue, guys. Only a spelling mistake, I believe, because that is the it's a S. That this is what I was thinking. Yeah. Now let's see. Okay. So no, it is not able to reach out. Even with 0.0.0, it should work because it's local to it, right? So ideally, it should work. 0.0.0.0. Let me check with this one. Yeah, it's working actually. Yeah. So from the same machine, 0.0.0, it's working and I'm able to like get the chat completion. So there is some problem with the IP address. Means I'm able to hit my machine technically. So see, I'm able to hit the machine and now, so if I'll show you the consumption has again come down to 0. Let me do it with a big chunk. So maybe I can give 2000 over here, 20,000 over here, output token wise. And now if I'm going to hit my machine, yeah. And now if I'll show you my NVIDIA consumption, yeah, see it is increasing to 86%. Are you able to see it, guys? And even watt has increased from 77 to 188, 189, 179. Now it is decreasing. So now I'm able to get the output. So now I'm able to get the output from my self-hosted model. There is a problem with the port number. Let me fix that problem first of all. So yeah, locally I'm able to hit it. So at 0.0.0, I'm able to hit it. Basically, it is, I'm not able to access it with the public IP address. Let me check what is the issue with respect to the networking. Public IP address is attached. Public private access fine. Private IP address is this. Firewall. Disable SSH. Okay. But that's fine. Inbound rules, so TCP is fine. IPv and okay, port range is okay, fine. There is a issue with this port range, guys. So from outside, so port range is 8088. I don't know, like by mistake, I have mentioned this part. That was the see port range is the only problem. My port was actually 8000, and here, so this is the port range which has been given, which is the incorrect one. So the only culprit was a port number. I'll give one hyphen eight, not 8000. Generally I give, like, I don't know why I have done this mistake, because every time I used to give this one, so that it will be open up all the port. The only problem was culprit was this, guys. Let me delete this one. Yeah, because of this it was not allowing me from the IP address. Okay, now from outside, so let me hit this one from a public side, by the way. So port range is this, and now it should work. So copy the IP address. Maybe I'll have to restart the machine, but yeah, it will work because there is no issue at all. Okay. Now, so let me hit it with the IP address. Hmm. Now it's working. See, the only problem was port number, by the way. Now it is working, and now all of you can hit it from anywhere, from your system, right? Now anyone can access my machine, by the way. Now anyone can use my machine. So here I am using a chat completion. Let me show you a streaming. Streaming, you will literally like seems like a wow, by the way. So to do a streaming, we just have to like add one more command or one more parameter over here. So here, just down below this max token, I can try to attach one more parameter, stream. Stream is equals to true, true. And this is how actually ChatGPT works. I'll show you how. So see, I'm giving 20,000 token, right? And I'm asking one question, right? I'm asking one of the question. So instead of like waiting for all the tokens to be generated, it will generate stream, generate stream, generate stream. So this is how streaming works. I'll show you that streaming. Just wait. So here, clear, right? And even in ChatGPT, even in any modern system, Gemini or Perplexity, it will keep on streaming the data, right? So the only parameter is stream is equal to true. Now hit it. Now see, are you able to see the streaming, guys? Everyone? It keeps on generating the tokens. So my inferencing is a continuous one, right? It will keep on generating the tokens, and then yeah, so once like all the answers are done, I will be able to get the final answer, right? So in a packets, it will keep on sending the data, as simple as that. Yeah. So in a packet, it will keep on sending me the data. So V1 chat completion or completion, how? So by default, your VLLM is doing it. That slash V1 slash chat slash completion, right? It's been attached by VLLMs. This is where VLLMs comes into a picture. Yeah. Now, if you would like to try out my model, right? If you would like to try out my model, I'm pinging you this command. Try this out. Let me remove the stream. Yeah. So now you can hit my model and you can watch my model here. Consumption wise, I can just watch it here as well as I can watch it here in both the places. So if someone is using my model, right, I will be able to see it here. So okay, 400 bad request, 404, 405 method not allowed. Just copy it in a better way. Yeah, I can see it. Like if people are hitting it and if people are able to get the okay response, 200 okay response. Why it is giving 405, 400, guys? Like 404 means not found. So maybe you are using. Um okay, let me. Just a minute. Just a minute. So PowerShell. Okay, maximum token. After that, there is a comma. Oh, by mistake, I have not removed this comma. Remove the comma, guys. I have written one more parameter, right? The stream parameter, and I have not removed the comma after that. So because of this, it is giving you the issue. Yeah, now it's 200. Now it's 200. And you can see that I'm hitting from my local machine, from my machine, right? From my machine. Now just hit it. The only problem was comma. After max token 20,000, so we all had to put the comma and yeah, see, I'm able to get the response. A big one. Maybe just try to change like a to 20,000 to something and just see my utilization. So it's 90% utilization, right? And some of you, maybe like a 10 people, 20 people are trying to hit my machine. Just imagine this H100 GPU for which I'm paying $1.5 per hour, right? $1.5 per hour. But still, many of you are not able to get 200. Many of you are getting 400, right? 405, maybe not available. So just imagine that how much resource consuming it is. Although we have used everything in optimized way, we are using VLLMs, right? So by default, it's an optimized one, right? By default, it's optimized like a resource optimized way. We are like getting a resource consumption, but even in that situation, my utilization is going 90%, right? My utilization is literally going 90%. So this one single H100 is not enough to serve even maybe like 200, 300 people at a time. Yes. And that is something that you all should know. We all are using LLMs, right? We all are using ChatGPT, Perplexity, and Gemini, and like all of these systems. But just imagine like how much we are burning on that. That's the reason so none of these companies are profitable. Everyone is burning like a VC's money. Yeah, and that's the reason so many startups, right, many startups are not able to build this kind of a system, or they are, and we are just doing inferencing. We are not even talking about the training part, by the way. Yeah, so training again, like data processing, your entire pipeline, cluster of GPUs is required. So this is a reality. So yeah, we can go ahead with the optimization. We can try to put it in a queue, but again, it will not give a better user experience, because whenever user is trying to hit the system, they want a response very quick, right? So basically, we have to, instead of using this one single machine, we have to use a cluster of machine. So that's the reason they are hyper in a hyper stack. You will be able to find out one machine, two machine, four machine, eight machines, and you can try to attach 80 machines as well, so that it will be able to do a load balancing. It will be able to do a load distribution automatically across a machine. Is there any way to limit the API hit per second? Yeah, obviously. We used to write a rate limiter on top of that. Yes. Ubuntu is needed for running this command. No, I think you must have go through the lecture of a API. Ubuntu is not required. You can try to use it anywhere. It's a API, right? Fundamentals of APIs and like all of these things I have already discussed in my API classes. I have already started my this particular batch from an API. Okay, So let's suppose I would like to access it from the Python code, right? So from Python code I would like to access it. Not an issue, I can access it from the Python code as well. So maybe I can try to open up my VS code. Let me open up some Jupyter notebook somewhere. Okay, so some test Jupyter notebook, or maybe I can create one, any Jupyter notebook, test IPY. You can try to use maybe like a Google Colab if you want. That's also fine. Yeah, that is also fine. You can try to use Google Colab. So here, I'm just trying to import OpenAI because it's the OpenAI based model. In case of Yuri, what we have done, we have just created a wrapper, right? Created a wrapper basically so that you will be able to access 25, 29 models. But here it's a direct OpenAI, so I can just try to call OpenAI over here. And if it's not installed, you have to install it. Then I have to give this URL. So which URL, by the way, I have to give over here? So basically, I have to give the same URL, the machine URL, by the way. Yeah, this one. So just try to give this URL. If you are trying to use it through a Python code, so just give your public IP address. Yeah, slash v1. So this is the base URL. Do we need a key? No, I have not attached any kind of a key, by the way. Then OpenAI chat completion. So slash chat slash completion. So this will be handled by this one, this function from the OpenAI. Which model we are trying to access? 20B, right? From this particular URL. And then explain the quantum mechanism. Stream is equals to true. Whatever you would like to make it as it is. And then so it will keep on giving you the responses. This is the response, right? So once it will keep on giving you the response, you can try to basically one by one inside a loop, you can try to print it. So let me hit this one with the help of Python code. No module OpenAI. Okay, good. Pip install OpenAI in my system. This environment, by the way. Okay, requirement satisfied. You try to access OpenAI chat completion, but there is no longer supported in OpenAI greater than one. Okay, you can migrate to automatically upgrade your code base to use this one. Fine. Let's downgrade my OpenAI to 2.8.28. Restart my kernel and now hit it. Are we able to do a streaming, guys? Yeah. Are we able to generate the responses and do a streaming? I think this is how chat happens, right? With the chat GPT or anyone. Yeah. Again, let me execute it once again. Right. See the magic. Now this looks actually cool, right? It's nothing, but yeah, looks cool actually. So see, I'm able to generate the response one by one, one by one, one by one. I'm able to generate it. Right. So yeah, it has generated as per the token limit which I have given. So if you would like to generate anywhere, maybe you can use a Google Colab if your this one is not ready, and just use this one. Just hit my machine. Fine. So in reality, right? In reality, this is something which happens. And this is how we are going to host a model. This is how we are going to do a inferencing. Okay, someone is hitting my model. I can see it. So in reality, this is how things is going to happen. So let's suppose if I have to host one model or maybe 100 model, maybe for a embedding, maybe for like chat completion, maybe for a image generation, maybe for a video creation, right? Anything means literally anything, right? You can try to host all of these model in this way. You can try to expose those model to the outer world, right? You can, so instead of this IP address that all of you are able to see, right? Just try to bind it with your own like a DNS name, like a domain name server, or your own URL, right? For example, in our cases, we have euron.1. And then after that, there will be slash v1 slash chat slash completion, then slash v1 slash chat slash embeddings. Just try to change this one. Ultimately, it will hit the IP address of the machine, but you will, as a user, you will not be able to see it. You will not be able to see that particular IP address, but in a backend, it's same. And then if you have this URL and if you have a payload, Hit the model with curl, with maybe a postman, with maybe a Python code, with a Java code, with a C, C++, Node, whatever you want, just hit it from anywhere, any machine. Yeah. From anywhere, any machine, you will be able to hit it and you will be able to use it. So is it interesting, guys, to all of us? Yeah. Yes. This is how in reality things works. And you can see that you can see the limitation as well, right? That my consumption is literally going 90%. I have set my GPU at 90%, right? When I was running this LLMs, VLLMs, I said that, okay, fine, just try to use maximum 90%. So it is fluctuating around a 90%, right? 91% max to max, but not more than that. It will go. But with a 90% of consumption, right? With a 90% of consumption, I'm able to serve maybe like a 20, 30 user or maybe 100 user only. If I have to serve maybe 1,000 user, just imagine how many machines that I need. Yeah. How many machines that we need. It's working, right, for all of you? Yes. So when I'm going to teach you even Yuri, and now see, let's suppose if I'm trying to teach you agents from next week onwards, if I'm going to teach you agents, obviously you need LLMs, right? You can host your own LLMs and you can use your own LLMs. Simple. Even in your company, right? Every time your manager will come and say, okay, fine, so use your own LLMs. We don't have trust on any third party. Okay, fine, go ahead, use it. Are those companies profitable? None. ChatGPT, not profitable. Perplexity, not profitable. Cloud.A, Anthropic Cloud.A, again, not profitable. They have, I think, raised a big money now, right? Basically, there are only three. Ideally, there are only 4 to 5 players in a market, right? Who have built literally a world class model, right? Literally a world class model, which all of us are using it, right? Maybe as a wrapper, maybe as a direct model, or maybe as in their app itself. If I'll talk about Perplexity, so I don't like think they have like their own best model. They are ultimately using GPTs and Cloud Sonnet and all those models. Google only profitable, not that division, right? Not that division, I would say. Their other divisions are profitable. Can we build our own RAG in house using this like Yuri? Obviously, this is what I'm trying to teach you, right? Yeah. And just imagine how much we are burning on Yuri. Is Euron profitable? Not at all, not even close to it. Do you think that we are profitable just by selling like affordable courses and providing all of these services? Not possible. We are also burning a lot. Yeah, everyone lives in loss. So do we. So the same movement to image will be duplicate on all the multiple blade. Yes, yeah. And traffic will be managed by Kubernetes. So basically, there will be a Kubernetes which will try to manage the traffic, just like a master slave architecture. It will try to manage. So basically, they are using already K8, and you don't have to configure it. Basically, it will like do it automatically. बस कंपनी सेल नहीं करना सर नहीं इस बार नहीं करेंगे Okay. Anyone hosting LLMs is not profitable. Yeah. See, if you are trying to provide LLMs to n number of users, right, you will not be profitable. You will be profitable once you are able to derive the use cases out of it. And then you are not charging for LLMs, you are charging maybe for something different, right? Which every companies are doing it. For example, service-based companies, right? So they are basically building a product for their clients, and then clients are eventually using some LLMs or maybe fine-tuned version or something like that. So obviously the service companies are profitable because they are not burning their money on a GPUs, right? They are just using it, they are serving for their client, and then it's fine. Like client will take care of everything. So there are different models in the market, a business model by the way. And yeah, so it's not like you will just go ahead and like configure hundreds of GPUs and then you will say, okay, I'll provide LLMs, because this is the bottleneck. This is the main bottleneck that you all will see. Yeah. With this business model, how much time? I think it's a separate discussion. We should not do it here. If everyone faces a loss, then who makes a profit? The one who will be in a market for next 1 decade, they will make a profit. This is how business happens, right? Everyone is trying to do a user acquisition, and then they will start charging you heavily once they will be able to get their dominance. So then API key is good rather than running the server. Depends upon your use case, right? Let's suppose your client is having a issue with sharing a data over like some different server. In that case, obviously, no, you will not be able to use the API key. Your client will not allow it. Geo Airtel policy, exactly. Yeah, so I think we all know this case, right? And now you have to pay, basically, right? We all are paying for Geo and Airtel. So and everyone like I remember like 5 or 8 year back, so there were so many telecom provider, right? Obviously major one is BSNL from a government side, which is gone. There was a Aircel, there was a Vodafone, so many actually, like there was I'm not able to recall the name, because since last 10 year I'm using Airtel, so it's just Airtel for me. 11 year, so I'm using Airtel. But yeah, there was so many Uninor or something which I'm able to recall. So there are so many like players in the market, and everyone has gone. Now there are only two, and that too in India like market, right? So where we have 1.5 billion population, right? One of the world's largest populous country. Idea, Vodafone, Uninor, MTS, Docomo, yeah, yes, right? And like everyone is gone. Is it possible information can steal in open source model? That is not possible, right? See, I'm using my system. See, this system is mine, right? This system is mine. Everything is running in my environment. How anyone can steal my information? Not possible. Unless and until you are not sharing your private key. Yeah. No one can like steal anything from here. This is one of the secure system. यूरोन टेलीकॉम, अरे पहले एजुकेशन तो चल जाए फिर स्टार्ट करें. Sell free and acquire all. Yeah, but that strategy never works everywhere. Like that strategy works in some of the market segment, but I have seen that will not work everywhere. So hope all of you have enjoyed. All of you are able to get a reality check, basically how to do this like a installation, how to do this kind of a setup, right? I will be sharing this document. So this document, maybe even if you are going to follow it after a couple of years, just one by one, line by line, execute the command, and you will be able to test it, right? This is how I've created this document. And yeah, so this will be shared inside your dashboard, by the way. Proper, well documented, line by line, line by line, line by line. We just had 5 steps. We didn't have like more than 5 steps. So all of these steps are already mentioned. Even for our testing, everything is mentioned over here. Just use it, experiment it, try to spend a couple of dollars. That will give you a real knowledge, I believe, right? That will give you a real reality check to all of you, right? And then in case of any kind of a doubt, do let me know. Yeah, do let me know. I'll try to resolve it. So this is the part number 1, only one, that we are able to complete it. Now, everyone can host a completion model, chat completion model, embedding model, anyone will be able to host it. Yeah, just a little bit changes into a last line of command, VLLM command. That's it. This is not going to be a big deal. I will try to show you in 15-20 minutes itself how to configure email. For SMS and WhatsApp, I'll show you my like a prod account. Basically, I'm using a services from a Vati. Vati is a service provider for SMS and WhatsApp. There are other service provider as well, but that account is already set for me. So I'll try to show you that how you can send a WhatsApp messages and email without any account. Email, everyone can configure it, no time. Right. There are 2 ways. So one way I'm going to show you a simple one where you will be able to configure the email. So this will not take more than 15-20 minutes of time for me. So both of this one, email and WhatsApp, both I will show you. But WhatsApp, you will not be able to practice it because you need a corporate account. You need a registered account and you need an approval from Facebook, basically. So as a single user, you will not be able to do it. But email, yeah, you will be able to configure it. And then hosting on some cloud platform, we'll try to show you. Vector DB with the structured data, again, not a big game. We'll try to show you. And storing all of this document that you are uploading over a AWS cloud. That also I'll try to show you. The biggest part was this one. The rest is very like a easiest steps that we can try to follow. Yeah. Will command be same for Windows based? No, it is not going to be same. And don't try to run it on a Windows. You will get a lot of issues. So just avoid it. Use Linux for any like this kind of a hosting. Okay, fine, guys. So I'll share this. I'll upload this entire document and everything inside your dashboard so that you all will be able to download it and it will be with you as long as you will be having a dashboard access. So with that, thank you so much, everyone. This is it from my side. I think we have already made an announcement with respect to the new. Okay, still someone is using my GPUs. Okay, good, use it. So I believe we are done for today's class, and I have already made an announcement as well that which batch is going to start. Some batches will be taken care by me, some batches someone else is taking, and even for kids, I have launched the batches. So I had an interest in terms of teaching a young generation, our kids, right? Small kids, that how to use a AI, how to keep yourself relevant in an age of AI. So if you know someone, if you have a kids, you can ask them to join. It's not costly, again affordable. I'm going to take the personally, I'm going to take some of the classes, not some of the classes. This entire batch I will be taking. Maybe in upcoming batches, I'll try to deploy some other mentors. But yeah, Hitan Patel, I have already also shared with my friend. Thank you. That's great. Thank you so much, Hital. Yeah, it will be fun, by the way. Yeah, it will be fun. Mhm. For anyone and everyone. Please upload system design videos on a master series. Yeah, I mean, like that, you can say it will take time. Many people are like scolding me for that because it's getting delayed. But yeah, the reality is I'm also a human being. And that too with the limited resources, I'm trying to manage things. Thank you so much, Anup. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, everyone. Thanks. And yeah, if your friends is coming via you, so maybe you can ask my team to give you additional discount. We'll be happy to do that. We don't have any kind of a issue. At the end of the day, I just wanted to teach as many people as possible, right? So that EURON can be profitable. We can go for a very long time. We can keep on teaching. We can keep on serving to everyone. Yeah, can I join EURON, sir, as a how can you connect with my team for like sales and marketing? So number is already given. So if you'll go to a website, right? So just go to a footer and then you will be able to see two numbers. So two numbers I have already given over there. Right? It's a sales and marketing team. So anyone can connect, and if someone is looking for a discount, maybe someone is coming through you, or maybe XYG, someone is taking a kids Euron or something, young Euron basically. So yeah. So fine, guys, with that, thank you so much. I'm done with today's class. So those who is having any kind of a doubt, please be here. Those who is not having a doubt, you can drop off now, and we'll continue with the class tomorrow, same time. So those who is having a doubt, please raise your hand. I'll start taking your doubts now. Yeah, so Naresh, go ahead. Anil, go ahead. Akash, go ahead. Hital, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, Sudhanshu. Naresh
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, Naresh, go ahead.
Yeah. So my first question is, see, we have seen A100 and H100. So what difference does it make?
Which one? Which one?
Uh, in VM creation, we have
Mm-hmm.
seen several options like H100 mission, A100 mission, right?
Yeah, yeah. So
So
A100 is even like bigger than this H100. So basically, there is a different GPU, CPUs, basically graphics card, right?
yeah,
And everything comes with a different capacity. So H100 will be having a different configuration. Again, inside H100 there will be multiple series. Just like your like a i3, i5, i7 you use, right?
yeah,
So with the
yeah.
different configuration. So likewise, GPU is having a names, and with names, configuration will be different.
Okay. So let's say now we are running the model successfully, right?
Hmm, hmm.
If any error occurs in between or it went into infinite loop, so what will happen in that case?
No,
Do
just run it and then leave it. Run it and leave it. Your server will be should be up and runing, right? Your VLM should keep on serving. So,
no, if it goes to infinite loop, model goes to infinite loop. I have
hmm.
observed couple of times this issue. That's why
So model will go into an infinite loop. Then what you are expecting from user side or server side?
server side
So maybe you can
because tokens will be
apply
going.
rate limit. Apply rate limit. Everyone, even inside a URI, right? If you will be able to see, we have applied a rate limit, 50 messages per day. Apply a rate limit. If someone is crossing more than that, plus token limit. So for one single hit, how many tokens it should yield? That's the first part number one, because it will not go into a infinite loop. Because once it will produce that many number of tokens, it will stop automatically. For example, in my case, I have given 20,000, right? It will not generate tokens more than 20,000 at all. So even if your client is in an infinite loop, doesn't matter at all. My server will never go in an infinite loop.
Okay.
And then like that is the first point, first check, token limit. And then second is basically a rate limit.
Okay. Basically, if we run Node.js kind of applications, right, we use PM2 so that if in case
NPM
if
actually, NPM
uh,
build.
no PM2 service we use in case a server goes wrong, it will restart the service, Node.js service, right?
Okay.
So such kind of thing, like if any error occurs, it got closed. So is there any tool is there, to restart basically like MongoDB service is there. So it will system will automatically restart it, right?
Hmm, 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 hmm,
So
hmm,
like this, if model got closed,
hmm.
how do it restarts automatically, or do we
We
need
we
to?
just we just write a simple plain shell script and we say that okay fine. So when this is not running, run it once again. So kill the previous process and run it once again. Simple.
Okay.
It's a shell script that we are running right at the end of the day.
Understood.
So
Yeah,
yeah.
got it. Got it. And next question, like if I now if I stop the system and I start the system again, do I
Hmm,
need to
hmm.
follow all the process, or last step is enough to
Only
run the
last step. Only last. Only last.
last step is of
Yeah.
the
Only last. Yeah. Not
yeah.
all the
And
steps.
okay, can you explain like differences between VLLM and Olama, like what to choose, what
So
are the
basically,
criteria?
Olama is also giving you all of this access, but Olama majorly compatible with the Open Web UI, and Olama is giving you its own chat interface as well. So it's just another version you can say, or another library which has been built. One is a VLLM, then there is a Hugging Face Transformer library, then there is a Olama kind of a library. Ultimately, everyone is helping you out in terms of doing a serve, but VLLM is one of the best in terms of doing a pagination, in terms of running or handling a GPUs and inferencing in parallel, basically. So Olama is also a framework, but yeah, majorly Olama supports Olama Web UI and Open Web
Okay.
UI.
Okay. So, are there any hidden costs are there in this VM? Because VM cost we have seen $1.5 something per hour, right? Is there any
Hmm.
data transfer costs also they consider,
Hmm.
or how it works?
Actually, from public access, right? So when you will commence your entire system, in a bottom they will show you that cost.
Okay.
Yeah. And again, so every like provider will show you a different cost. Some provider are asking you for a data transfer, even for a network bandwidth users. Some so there will be a different cost. And some people will just give you a flat cost that okay, fine, use for this many hours, this is the cost.
Okay.
So I
Okay.
think like Hyperstack is much more sorted in that term, costing wise.
Okay. Yeah. That's it, Sanjay. Thank you so much.
Okay, thanks. Okay, go ahead, Akash. Go ahead.
So that's when I'm running it on using my own like post API, so it's
Okay.
errors. I think like maybe port number I'm not able to match like how you match it like the port range that you have.
Share the screen. Share the screen. I'll say it. Yeah, share it. Now, Elengo Summer Sumu.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, hi. Please go ahead. Yeah,
Yeah, you said about the pagination, right? What
yeah.
does it mean, the pagination in that one?
Pagination means let's suppose we understand pages, right? For example, books.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So
Yes,
in a
yes.
books there will be multiple pages, right? So
Yes.
book itself is a big content, right? So what people have done, they have divided that content into one pages, so that as a user you will go ahead with one pages at a time. In a similar manner here, so let's suppose I'm trying to produce a 50,000 token, but I
Okay.
will not try to yield all of those 50,000 token at once. What I will do, 5,000 or maybe 2,000, then 2,000, then 2,000, then 2,000, just like a pages. That is called as pagination.
Oh, okay. Got
So
it.
even in
And
website load, right, whatever website that you are using in real time, whether Amazon, Flipkart, or even our Euron website, so everything it will not load at once. Once you will scroll, right? So on a scroll, it
yes,
will keep on loading, but you will not feel like it's loading again and again. But actually, it's loading one by one on every scroll. It's not loading at a time. So basically, we have configured a server in such a way that it will look real time, but actually it is loading page by page. So one home page itself, if you'll go to Euron, right? So one home page
okay.
itself, it loads in 3 to 4 times, 3 to 4
Okay, got
pages.
it. Okay, got it. And one more doubt. For example, now when you create any system
Hmm.
as a transaction data, like for example, in my company, we are like a small system. We will create the users. We will assign the users with the accommodations or anything like a transactional screens. Is it possible to do this activities in the chat in the agentic AI application?
Without agentic also it's possible. Agentic is nothing but just a function with the LLM access. Without also agentic also it is possible.
Without HTML, how do we need to maintain the screen like that, or just a chat we can do these activities?
Only in
With
chat we can do these activities.
just assigning the users to that uh, uh, like calling the API RAG using these features, right?
Yeah, let's join a couple of more classes. I think then your understanding will be clear.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. Thanks. Yeah, yeah. Okay, Anil, go ahead. And Akash, share your screen. I think you were facing some issue, right? So share it. Yeah, in between. So Anil, go ahead with your question.
Yeah,
If
one
you,
of the questions same only. The
okay,
code
okay,
what changes.
okay. It's clear, right? Okay.
I
So
hope you can see the screens.
yeah, Akash, I can see your screen. Let me check what is the issue. Yeah.
I ran it with your one, it is working good. But when
Okay.
I tried it with my one, you can see it
Your
is
port
running
number
here.
is 1,000. You have given 1,000 port number. It's
No,
8,000,
actually,
right?
I tried with 8,000. It was not working. And this is other issue I'm getting. Like, it is getting logged off again and again, like after just 2-3 minutes of.
So maybe so the only reason is your network is not stable. Your internet is not stable.
Okay.
But anyhow, server will run. See, even if you are going to close this putty, right? Putty is just a client. Your server will up and running, by the way. So even if you are going to close a putty, your server will be up and running.
So it should like show the consumption increase or decrease, but it is like staying zero.
No. Just go do one thing. Go to your VLM hosting, last part.
This one?
No. This one, like putty.
Okay.
Close it. No, not. I mean, like Control C.
Actually, that was not working. I tried it.
No, everything works. Everything works actually. Give me the control. Give me
Okay.
control. I'll do it from my side. Hmm. What is your IP address? Just log in into your system.
Yeah, just a little.
You can even save it. So you don't have to like do it again and again. There is a save option. I'll show you that part as well. Hmm. Okay, just wait. No. Go to the home screen. Go to home screen.
This
Yeah,
one?
session. Yeah. Now just give a name. Session saved setting. Give a name. Give a name. Yeah. Now save it. Click on save. Yeah. Now click on load. So select it. Okay, open it. From next time, you can just try to like,
Oh, yeah, got it.
click. You don't have to, again and again give a key. Login. Fine. Run the last part. No. All these things you don't have to run. Okay. So environment, right? Yeah.
Yeah, environment.
Now run the last part, but with 8,000 port number.
8,000 is here. Yeah.
Fine. 8,000. Okay. Got it. Run it. In between, show me your hyper stack dashboard. Go to networking. Hmm. Public IP attach. Fine. Go to firewall. Disable SSH access. Switch off. Yes. Come down. Down. Outbound. You have not defined inbound. Go up. That's a problem. The inbound was a problem. Create
Okay.
inbound. Yeah. Now give a range. Yes. Add. That was a problem. It was
Yeah,
you were
I
not
got
able
it.
to hit.
Yes.
Got it right? Now you will not face the problem. You will be
Yep.
able to hit it just like you are able to hit it mind.
Okay.
Wait, if your like a server is up.
Yeah, I think it has started giving the output.
Yeah, now you are able to see, right? 88%,
Yeah, I
89%.
can see it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that was the only issue. It was not allowing your inbound traffic, inside
Yeah,
traffic, basically.
thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks. Okay, anyone else is facing any
One,
issues?
one issue. I mean, not
Yes,
issue. Like,
Yeah, go ahead. Hital, go ahead first, then next one. Yeah, Hital.
sir. Actually, I have pasted your code that in Python, but it is
Mm-hmm.
giving me error in OpenAI chat completion dot create line.
So me?
Okay.
So I'm promoting you as a panelist. Yeah, Anil, go ahead with the question.
as we like using the cloud for paying,
Mm-hmm.
so can
Mm-hmm.
we have a similar setup at home? Like, is any
Yeah, but you have to buy H100 kind of a system and not just one. You have to buy multiple one. And let me show you the current price of H100. So H100 GPU price in India is 2,90,000, 29 lakh.
oh, man. Okay.
Not 20, not 29. Sorry, no. It should not be that much. No. Nvidia H100, I think it's 2 or 3. Okay. 30x higher. Let me check the actual price. Okay. So one GPU that we have commenced today, right? So price of one single GPU is the one that we are using, 80 GB, right? This is something that we were using today, right?
Okay.
And price of that one is 34 lakh. So yeah, it's 29 lakh.
Okay.
Now you can take a decision.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, ideally it will make your life easy in terms of taking a decision, right? 34 like just imagine, and if I'm convincing like 10, so GPU is literally very like there is a reason why startups are crying in India, right? There is a very big reason. Every startup is crying, right, including us, when we like try to give this kind of a services. So this is the cost, and if we are going ahead with the cloud again, it's a huge cost. And again, even if I'm going to take one unit, it will not make any changes for me. I don't need only one unit. I need at least 200 plus units to serve, like to build something like a reliable, and just do the calculation.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Can I share
Next,
my screen, sir?
just wait. Yeah. Yes, you can share the screen.
Okay, sir.
What is the issue? Not this response. OpenAI. Show me the error. What is the error, by the way? Mm, Go down. OPI base URL 8000 V1. That's fine. Do this one. Yeah. So basically, it's installing 1.1.0 version, but yeah, it's not compatible. Just install this.
मजा आया सर आज के सेशन में प्रैक्टिकली सब करना होता है ना
क्या क्या बोल रहे हैं आप?
बहुत मजा आया प्रैक्टिकली जो करते हैं ना सर रियल टाइम सही में
एग्जैक्टली मतलब थ्योरी तो हम लोग कॉलेज में पढ़े ना, क्या फायदा हुआ? कुछ नहीं.
अभी सर ये रन करो अभी ये वाला
हाँ, आप रिस्टार्ट कर लो ना एक बार, वो अदरवाइज एरर नहीं देगा. कर्नल रिस्टार्ट कर लो. हाँ, कर्नल रिस्टार्ट आप कर लो. प्रैक्टिकल में ही मजा है, चीजों को बिल्ड करने में मजा है. थ्योरी कौन पढ़ता है? हमें लाइक पढ़ के फायदा क्या है उसको?
एक्चुअली बैकएंड में क्या होता है ये सब हम जीपीयूज परचेस करेंगे क्या एग्जैक्टली होता है कितना वोल्टेज कंज्यूम करता है दैट एवरीथिंग वी नीड टू कंसीडर
Exactly. Like, see, buying a GPU is one thing, right? So let's suppose you are investing 29 lakh rupees and then you are buying maybe hundreds of GPUs, right? So utna into utna ho gaya. But after that, so networking, at least you have to keep one very good network engineer. That's another part. Then another part is cooling, which will give you a lakhs and lakhs of bill for a couple of GPUs, not for like thousands or 100 GPU. Just for a couple of GPUs, it will give you a lakhs and lakhs of monthly electricity bill. And then you have to create a complete storage, a cold storage basically you have to create. A proper cold storage. Are you able to run it, or is it like,
yes
I think it will work. I don't think that, I don't see any reason for not working.
yes it's
See, it has started like streaming the data, just like you see the data is streaming in a chat
yes
GPT.
yes it's feel very nice when we are seeing output
Yeah, it
and
looks
so
amazing. A kind of a metrics kind of feeling.
yeah and one more thing sir that
Yeah.
we are using that API key And
Not,
here,
we are not using it. We are not using it. That's the reason not needed, right?
okay.
There is no beer. I have not attached. So I have just opened up my entire server. Technically, you are hitting my server, right?
Hmm,
And I
hmm,
have not attached any kind of a password in between, password layer. In case of a URI, I have
hmm.
attached it. So that in case of URI, you have to give a API key. But the server demo which I am showing you here, I have not attached so far. I can attach it. Like that will take another 500 time for me.
Okay, sir. Okay. Because in production we need that API key
Yeah,
used.
obviously. In a URI, like we are using it. So like API key you have to generate in case of URI, right? And then only you will be able to hit the model. So yeah, in a production, obviously you have to like protect it.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, thanks. Okay, so next question for me, Bala, please go ahead.
Yes, yes, sir. Sir, I just have curiosity, like if VLLM continuously up and running, does
Hmm.
it cause any cache issue?
No, it will not see the cache issue. It's just like a function, right? So basically, you are trying to put something, means
Mhm.
as an input, as an argument, and then you are able to get the return. So there is no cache issue you will see in general. So unless and until you are not like maintaining a heavy logs. Yeah, if you are maintaining the heavy logs, then this issue you might face. But as of now, I'm not maintaining that part.
Okay, sir. Sir, one more question. I'm just curious about if we have a one server,
Hmm.
like we have a H182 GB server.
Hmm.
So if this server is handling the to 20 to 25 requests at a time, so if
Hmm.
if we pass more than 100 requests, then how it will be?
So basically, from a program side, you have to handle the queues. Otherwise, it will start giving you 400. Server is not available kind of.
Okay.
Yeah. So generally, we try to set it in a queue. But again, when you're setting it up in a queue and if you're getting a high traffic, that is a programmatic things that we used to do basically, right? So basically, from your like a API, so we try to add one more layer, an intermediate layer. So where we define that how traffic should move, basically how I will be able to even make my resource consumptions better, by the way.
Okay. Or one more, sir. So we uh, uh, if we host VLLM in one of the server, then
Hmm.
how can I access that VLLM publicly? How can I make
How is so
publicly?
sorry if you
If I host VLLM on one of the server, I have two
okay.
server. Like I have up and running VLLM on one server. So I
Hmm.
want to make it publicly. So how can I make it publicly?
Use NGRock.
In Jira. Okay.
I have shown you, right, where I have made my system publicly available in an API class. So where you all were able to hit the API, but technically that API was not running in a cloud, it was running in my cloud system.
Yes.
Sorry,
Yes.
in my local system, right?
Local system.
Use ngrok so that you will be able to expose anything which is running publicly to anyone, sorry, anything which is running privately in your system to anyone, means you are basically technically trying to create your system as a public system, means it will be exposed towards the world. Ngrok, just one line of command. So download ngrok CLI and then like port forwarding you have to do. So everything, anything is running on one single port, just forward it to the public port. That's it.
Hi, sir.
So much, sir.
Yeah. Yes, Sahid, go ahead please.
Sir, we did that inferencing today, deploying the model over there.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
if that we can integrate with this one with the open web UI to get that a better representational and get the output, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So with you can now try to attach it with any like a user interface, UI interface, right?
Mhm.
And then like you can do the inferencing. For example, Open Web UI or maybe like a Chat GPT kind of a UI. Just integrate it, and
Like
then
Olama provides it, right? How we can do it from this in this
so
machine?
Olama provides you basically one. So you are able to get the URL access, right, or API basically. So
Mhm.
Olama provides you to attach your own custom API as well.
Correct. But
So
in
just try to pass that. Just try to do the that setting.
Mhm. But in your example, in the what you have put in YouTube, what you have integrated this with Open Web UI, right, sir? If I'm not wrong.
No, so one with OpenWeb UI, yes, yeah, OpenWeb UI, and one video I have created just for this one, the demo which I have shown you today.
Normal deployment only, right?
Hmm, 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 hmm.
Correct.
Even with the Olama Web UI, I have already shown the example. So in my
Correct.
YouTube, it's already available. Yeah.
But you in what you said in that YouTube, basically that in the we do not have a very nice user interface. So you have moved from the normal Olama Web UI interface to Open Web UI, right?
It was not about the nice user interface. It was about handling the inferencing data. That's the complex
Correct.
part. User
Correct.
interface, anyone can create it. Any kids can create it. But the main part is not that. Main part is basically when you are inferencing the data, when you are streaming the data, right? So how to handle the formulas, how to handle the tables, how to handle the code part. Many like edge cases comes into a picture.
Mhm. The one question that I have basically follow-up, not related, in the code which you have shared that there's a Python installation which is talking, which is basically a sudo. Let me ask you that, maybe very
Mm-hmm.
for me.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you 1 second. That's the sudo. Maybe that okay. 1 second. 1 second, sir. I don't know why
Yeah.
my
No, it's fine. It's fine. Take your time.
if my this one got hanged. I don't know why. Texted it. That installation Python with like a multiple commands you have passed over there. Let me,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where is that. Sorry, my this one got hanged actually. Text edit. I don't know why. I have to restart
Okay.
it. Okay. Okay. Mm, 1 second. Okay. Yeah, it was like a sudo apt install Python 3.12, Python 3.12 -venv, Python 3.12 dev. So all three commands you are running in the one place. So what are those actually?
So basically, it's downloading the Python.
Okay, 333 we have to pass that commands. Python 3.2 involve.
Yeah. So basically, it's trying to download the Python, and then in the next step, so we are trying to create the environment. So obviously, to create an environment, I need a Python, right?
Okay, got it. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
I'm done. Thanks.
Yeah. Okay, Prashil, go ahead, please.
सर लास्ट 18 आवर से अटका हूँ सर। दो चीजें करने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ। वन
Okay,
इज आई एम
बताइए.
ट्राइंग टू डिप्लॉय वन ऑफ द एप्लीकेशन टू EC2 instance
Okay.
and I tried everything. There is some versioning issue related to LangChain community and LangChain.
Hmm.
तो वो एक इशू था, वो अभी
Hmm.
तक सॉल्व नहीं हो पाया है। और
Hmm.
दूसरा सर, जो आपने मेडिकल चैट प्रो जो लास्ट क्लास में वो किया था,
Hmm.
आई ट्राई टू कोड इट माई सेल्फ, डिप्लॉय इट डिड नॉट वर्क। आई मीन डिप्लॉय एज
Hmm.
इन रन इट डिड नॉट वर्क, बट देन
Hmm.
आई जस्ट took the zip file and I tried to run it.
Hmm.
Even that is not working. So not sure what is going on.
Okay.
And
Deployments
I'm
anyhow,
so
I have not.
sorry.
Yeah,
I'm
deployment anyhow,
still.
I have not shown the deployment.
Hmm,
So I'll show you. I will talk
hmm,
about the deployment once we'll go there, right? But yeah, in between, share
hmm.
the screen. Let's see why you're not able to run the zip file.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, share the screen.
Finance panelist.
Yeah, join as a panelist and then you can share the screen.
So, sir,
Sir, Open Outer are doing the same thing, hosting model, right? Yes, yeah, same thing. Everyone, like even like Grook, they're doing the same thing. Yeah, Prashil, I think you have a screen sharing access. You can share the screen.
hmm, okay. Uh, okay. Are you able to see my screen, sir?
Yeah, I can share the screen now. Yes.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
sir,
So
this is where I'm trying to do. I'll just all this service and again run it. It is Streamlit uh, run and main dot. So till here it looks good, but
okay.
whenever I run it here, I SSL
SSL error,
and Hugging
HTTP
Face.
maximum data exceeded with the URL. Fine, this certification unable to get the load. Uh, uh, hmm. You are using a wrong API key. Just go to your URI.
Just go to my URI. Okay.
Hmm.
Sir, but when I run this, it is running.
No,
But
no,
yeah, this
use
is not the
API.
correct way.
Yeah, use a API key. Create API key. Create new API key.
Mm, okay.
Now, so copy it. Go to the code. Config. Change it. Okay, save. Control S.
Yes. Done that. You-
Okay. And one more thing, just delete this zip file. Zip file. Okay. Anyhow, that is not going to make any changes. That's fine. So here, basically, like execute once again. Stop it. Yeah. And which environment you are using? So have you done the installation of all these files? Okay, that's the reason you are able.
Yes, I did the requirements and
Okay,
requirements.txt.
run
I
it,
did run.
run it, run it, run it, run it.
Just select to file.
SSL.
तो कुछ सर्टिफिकेट का एरर है सर. आई ट्राइड आस्किंग
Hmm.
क्लाउड. मेरा क्लाउड का फ्री लिमिट खत्म हो गया पूछ पूछ के.
ओके. ठीक है. ये वाला एक बार पिंग कीजिए मेरे को, ये जो एरर आ रहा है. एसएसएल तो वहीं से आना चाहिए. लाइन नंबर 6 कैरीज फासी इंडेक्सेस एम्बेडिंग हगिंग फेस सेंटेंस ट्रांसफॉर्मर. अच्छा, यहाँ पर जा रहा है एरर. ठीक है. हगिंग फेस ट्रांसफॉर्मर को हिट नहीं कर पा रहे हैं आप. समझ में आ गया.
हाँ, और वो हगिंग फेस के लिए मैंने सब
नहीं
करके
नहीं
देख
नहीं
लिया.
नहीं.
मतलब
ठीक है,
यूआरएल
समझ.
कंटेक्स्ट भी चेक
नहीं नहीं,
करके
आपको
देखा.
आप प्रॉब्लम वहाँ पर है. हगिंग फेस का लाइन नंबर 6 दिखा रहा है ना वहाँ पर. लाइन
हम्म.
नंबर 6 यहाँ, यहाँ नीचे नीचे एरर में ही दिखा रहा है. हगिंग फेस का एरर. एक बार कॉपी करके मेरे को भेजिए ये वाला. ठीक है, आपने भेज दिया. वो हगिंग फेस का इशू है. समझ गए, समझ गए.
तो सर अभी आई एम
पूरा
लाइक
पूरा
टू
आपको
नेव.
पूरा
आई एम जस्ट
आपको मेरे को
न्यू.
पूरा पूरा एरर आप भेजो. मैक्सिमम रिट्राइज एक्सीडेड सेंटेंस ट्रांसफॉर्मर ऑल. ठीक है. सर्टिफिकेट वेरिफिकेशन फेल. आपके सिस्टम का
देयर इज अ टेक्स्ट
इशू
लिमिट
है
सर.
ये.
देयर इज अ टेक्स्ट लिमिट. आई विल जस्ट शेयर लिटिल.
सॉरी.
I think there is a text limit in onto the chat.
हाँ, ठीक है,
I
ठीक है, कोई
could
बात नहीं.
only
गॉट गॉट
share up to some
गॉट
characters.
गॉट द इशू, गॉट द इशू.
Yeah, unable to send it.
Okay, so just do one thing. Run this one. I've just pinged the command. Pip install upgrade pip certificate request URL lib.
I did that, sir.
Okay, काम नहीं किया.
So
वो आपका
हो
सिस्टम
सकता है
स्पेसिफिक
सर कुछ
इशू है
हो
एक्चुअली
सकता है
में.
सिस्टम का इश्यू सर. आई टोटली एग्री.
नहीं, सिस्टम का ही इशू है. वहां से वो हिट नहीं कर पा रहा है. फेसिंग इशू इन.
Because remember I did run this URL.
नहीं, इट विल वर्क. इट्स योर लोकल सिस्टम इशू. सो और कोई इशू नहीं दिख रहा है. जस्ट अ मिनट.
आई गेस मेरे को फिर मेरा सिस्टम चेंज करना पड़ेगा.
नहीं नहीं, सिस्टम नहीं चेंज करना पड़ेगा. सिस्टम को रिबूट भी तो कर सकते हैं. सिस्टम क्यों चेंज करना है. जस्ट
अरे सर सब करके देख लिया.
ऑन.
I mean, I spent last 18 hours. Just think of it, how much I would have tried.
एक मिनट. थोड़ा सा ये भी करके आप देख ही लो. तो ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम सीधे अपडेट, क्योंकि आपका सिस्टम ही इशू दे रहा है. हाँ, आई हैव जस्ट पिंग यू समथिंग. एक वन बाय वन उसको एग्जीक्यूट कीजिए एक बार तो
Okay.
देखें. ये आपका मैक का पासवर्ड।
Input time is already on. Now this sudo time.apple. Okay. Okay. I'm little late in the game, sir, but I'm trying to get to the speed.
Yeah, not an issue. Take your time. I'm not running anywhere. So, closing connection. ठीक है, ये तो
So
चेक हो
I
गया
ran
इसमें।
several commands to update the certificate also because this could also be the issue with the certificate.
नहीं, इशू ही वही है, और कोई इशू है भी नहीं एक्चुअली में।
Okay.
हाँ, जस्ट डू दिस वन।
And
क्लोजिंग कनेक्शन पावर्ड बाय हगिंग फेस, ठीक है। और इसके बाद कुछ और एरर आया क्या? हाँ, ठीक है, अभी आप रन करा के टाइप करो एक बार। सर विदाउट जीपीयू वी कांट होस्ट इन्फ्लुएंस में इशू आएगा, बट वी कैन यूज अ लिटिल हाई कॉन्फ़िगरेशन लाइक 10 GB 10 कोर 64 GB रैम। नहीं, वही इशू है।
I was able to
खुद का
fix
लैपटॉप
this
है
issue,
कंपनी?
sir.
खुद का लैपटॉप है कंपनी का
कंपनी का
लैपटॉप? अच्छा,
कंपनी का सर।
अच्छा कंपनी का है।
हाँ
नहीं,
हाँ।
समझ गया, तब आप कुछ नहीं कर सकते हो, उन्होंने ब्लॉक करके रखा हुआ है, कुछ भी नहीं कर
अच्छा
सकते
ऐसा है क्या?
उनको। हाँ, उनको उनको बोलो हटाने के लिए एसएसएल सर्टिफिकेट इशू, वो डाउन एक्चुअली में हो ये रहा है ना, लाइन नंबर 6 में नीचे देखोगे तो वो हगिंग फेस के पास
हम्म,
जा रहा है, और वहां से वो डाउनलोड कर
ओके।
रहा है आपके मॉडल को। राइट, तो आपके इम्बेडिंग मॉडल जो है ना, इम्बेडिंग मॉडल डाउनलोड कर रहा है नाउ, उसको वहीं पर इशू आ रहा है बेसिकली।
So, sir, I got into one stage after fixing this. It was able to process the files, and
हम्म
in one of my project, which is in this computer only.
हम्म
But when we are chatting with the bot, I
तो
mean,
वहाँ
when
यूरी
we
को,
are chatting in here, that's when it is not working.
तो उस समय यूरी को
So,
ब्लॉक कर रहा होगा फिर।
अच्छा, तो हाँ, मैं
यूरी भी
यूरी
तो
का
आपके,
न्यू।
हाँ तो यूरी भी तो आपके सर्वर में नहीं है ना, यूरी भी तो अलग सर्वर है आपके सिस्टम के लिए। राइट, एंड
ओके, यस।
आपका, तो कभी ये कभी वो, टेक्निकली इट्स अ कंपनी लैपटॉप राइट, वही सर्टिफिकेट आप फिक्स भी नहीं कर सकते, सर्टिफिकेट इशू। और
ओके,
आपका
ओके।
जो पासवर्ड है ना, वो आपका जो आईडी है, वो बेसिकली यूजर आईडी है राइट। एडमिन वाला तो होगा नहीं
हम्म
आपके पास, एडमिन एक्सेस तो है नहीं
हम्म।
आपके पास राइट, वो तो आपका खुद का
आई
यूजर।
थिंक आई एम द एडमिन ऑफ दिस मशीन, सर, क्योंकि मैक में उतनी पॉलिसीज उन लोग पुश नहीं कर पाते हैं।
नहीं, क्या बात कर रहे हो आप, तो देखें यार, सारे पॉलिसीज पुश होते हैं। बट
Okay. No, sir,
कंपनी,
there are very few people. There are only maybe 10 or 20 Mac laptops in the company. Maybe that would be the reason.
अच्छा हाँ, तो आपके एडमिन को तो पता नहीं होगा। बट जो भी
Okay.
है आपका वो इशू कंपनी लैपटॉप का ही है, ठीक है।
So, one last question, sir. When
हाँ
we are trying to connect to Yuri app,
हाँ
even
हाँ,
that is something which is like external and that is also being blocked somewhere by SSL.
ऑब्वियसली, ठीक है, अगर आपके कंपनी वाले ने ब्लॉक करके रखा होगा तो ब्लॉक होगा, वो आप नहीं कर पाओगे।
Okay. Sir, one last thing that
हम्म
is about my okay, for EC2 instance, you are going to teach us later, right? So I think I should be fine.
एग्जैक्टली।
Okay, that is it from my end, sir. Thank you so much.
ओके, थैंक्स या, टेक केयर।
Okay.
Okay, so fine everyone, I'm done for today. Hope all of you have enjoyed this. Okay, do we have, okay, Naresh, please go ahead. Yeah, then I'll close. Yeah, Naresh.
Hi, Sudhanshu.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Sudhanshu, this is related to URI security. So I think I should talk privately.
With respect to, okay,
Uh, URI security.
okay, you can ping me on a WhatsApp, DM me on a WhatsApp. Yeah,
Okay.
we can we
Sure.
can we can chat there.
Sure. Sure. Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you
हाँ
so much.
सर, एक लास्ट क्वेश्चन।
हाँ
सर,
हाँ,
अगर
पूछिए।
कुछ डाउट हो तो किससे पूछा जा सकता है, सर? वी
आप
है,
ग्रुप
मतलब मैं ग्रुप
देखिए।
में पूछ सकता हूँ, ग्रुप में
हाँ
पूछा मैंने।
हाँ हाँ, देखिए ग्रुप पे
दैट्स द
डिस्कस
ओनली वे, राइट?
कीजिए, वहां पर दो चार लोग को होता है ना, दोस्त बना लीजिए तो साथ में पढ़ाई करने में मदद मिल जाएगी। और उसके बाद अल्टीमेटली तो हम ही हैं, जब कहीं क्लियर
अच्छा,
नहीं होगा तो ऑब्वियसली हम ही को क्लियर करना है वो चीज़, राइट।
हाँ, ठीक है सर,
तो
ओके,
देखिए
थैंक यू
चैट,
सर।
आपके पास चैट जीपीटी है, आपके पास यूरी है, आपके पास जेमिनाई है, आपके पास ग्रुप में 600 प्लस लोग हैं वहां पर। देखो आपको 600 लोग नहीं चाहिए, ठीक है, दो चार लोग आप ढूंढ लो जो आपके माइंडसेट से लाइक मैच करते हो। एंड देन उनके साथ ग्रुप बना के जो भी दिक्कत है, या एक्सपेरिमेंटेशन होता है ना कि एक्सपेरिमेंट करो ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा, क्योंकि क्या ही इशू आ जाना है, ऐसा कौन सा इशू आ जाएगा जो फिक्स नहीं किया जा सकता है, राइट। तो लेकिन दो चार लोग रहेंगे साथ में तो उससे होगा आगे जाके क्या, कि आप थोड़े बड़े बड़े प्रोजेक्ट जो होता है ना, पर्सनल प्रोजेक्ट, उस पर काम कर पाओगे। और बिलीव मी एज ए इंजीनियर सबको ये करना चाहिए, पढ़ाई करने से किसी का कोई भला आज तक हुआ नहीं है। ये तो हम क्लास के
हाँ
डे वन
सर,
से
इस
बोलते हैं, डे वन से बोलते हैं। आपका भला तभी होने वाला है जब आप लिटरली एक्सपेरिमेंट करोगे, चीज़ों को तोड़ोगे, लाइक मतलब कुछ ना कुछ बिल्ड करोगे, तब जाके ही किसी का भला होने वाला है। तो आई ऑलवेज सजेस्ट कि आप लाइक अपने दोस्त चुनो, इसीलिए वो कम्युनिटी बनाई गई है, ऐसा नहीं है ना सिर्फ लाइक कि हम उसमें बात करें सिर्फ उसके लिए बनाई गई, वो हमारे लिए तो सिर्फ है नहीं, वो तो हम सबके लिए है ना। तो आई थिंक इन दैट वे इट विल बी वेरी हेल्पफुल एंड बिलीव मी वेरी फ्रूटफुल। कुछ दोस्त आपके ऐसे बन जाएंगे जो शायद 10 साल बाद आप लोग बैठ के पार्टी वार्टी भी कर रहे होगे, तो डू इट। नहीं,
ठीक है
दैट्स
सर,
ओके,
ओके,
ठीक है। अगर अच्छे
श्योर
दोस्त
सर।
मिलते हैं तो, खराब मिलते हैं तो ठीक है, छोड़ देना चाहिए।
नहीं सर, बन जाएंगे, बन ही रहे सर, अच्छे अच्छे बना रहा हूँ मैं, ऐसा नहीं है। तो
यस,
आई एम वेरी
कोड
सोशल, तो इट इज इजी।
कोड कोड से ज्यादा तो सेटिंग और वर्जन का इशू आ रहा है, हाँ दैट्स ट्रू। दैट्स ट्रू। हम लोग तो लाइक एक एक चीज बिल्ड करने के लिए पता नहीं दो दो तीन दिन रात गुजारते थे, जब हम लोग जावा में पैकेज बिल्ड करते थे तो होता है ये।
हाँ
राइट।
सर, बात ये ना कि भाई एज थोड़ी सी आग कम हो गई है। 20 साल पहले सर बैठ जाता था 15-20 घंटे, अभी 20 साल बाद थोड़ा सा मुश्किल हो रहा है। बट हाँ,
हाँ,
वापस आ रहा हूँ।
एग्जैक्टली, हम भी वो ट्राई कर रहे हैं वही। हमारे लिए भी ना मुश्किल हो रहा है 11 साल बाद, और खासकर वो एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप एंड देन कंपनी वगैरह वगैरह होने के बाद जो है ना, इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट, बट इवन आई एम ट्राइंग टू ब्रिंग माई सेल्फ बैक। कि पहले हम जैसे 14 घंटे पढ़ाया करते थे, वैसे एकदम सेम एनर्जी के साथ 14 घंटे पढ़ाएं। अभी तो देखो आप हाइब्रिड वाले कोर्स लॉन्च कर दिए, हमसे रिकॉर्डिंग ज़्यादा नहीं हो पा रहा है, ठीक है। बच्चे वाले गाली दे रहे हैं ऊपर से कि अरे हाइब्रिड वाला कोर्स नहीं आ रहा है। तो होता है, इवन आई एम ट्राइंग टू रीगेन माई एनर्जी, आई एम ट्राइंग टू लाइक ब्रिंग बैक माई सेल्फ इन अ स्टेल्थ मोड। आप भी करो, क्या दिक्कत है, क्योंकि देखो आप नहीं करोगे, दुनिया तो आगे भाग रही है ना, वी हैव ऑलरेडी सीन कि
एग्जैक्टली।
अब मतलब इट्स लाइक कि वर्ल्ड इज नॉट सेम। So the way we used to like think about the world 2 or 3 years back, so it has changed a lot in last 2 3 year. So अगर आपको relevant रहना है on any position, doesn't matter कि you have like a 10 20 or maybe 25 year of experience, अगर आपको relevant रहना है तो कुछ तो थोड़ा सा तो हासिल करना ही पड़ेगा, मतलब 2 4 महीने के लिए, अदरवाइज relevant रहना ही मुश्किल हो जाएगा।
सर आश्चर्य की बात यह है कि लास्ट 10 साल में ज्यादा काम ही नहीं किया। आई थिंक आई वर्क ओनली 2-3 आवर्स ए वीक लास्ट 10 इयर्स।
सबकी यही
अब फिर
कहानी
से
है।
वापस लाना पड़ रहा है।
एग्जैक्टली exactly. सबकी सबकी यही कहानी है, लेकिन अब जो है अब ये नीड हो चुका है। और हम बोलेंगे
हाँ,
सारे इंडस्ट्री के लिए, आप तो देख ही रहे होगे, राइट।
ये
तो
तो सर वही हालत है। सैन फ्रांसिस्को में जॉब्स नहीं है सर, मैं यहीं पे हूँ।
हम्म,
सिलिकॉन वैली में सबसे ज्यादा जॉब्स मिलनी चाहिए, बट नहीं है जॉब्स, कॉल्स ही नहीं
एग्जैक्टली
आ रहे।
एग्जैक्टली, ठीक है। और ये सिचुएशन थोड़ा सा और वर्स जाएगा, मतलब ये अपने आप को ठीक जब करेगा ना, उसके पहले ये थोड़ा सा और वर्स भी जाएगा, जैसा मेरे को दिख रहा है, जैसा लोगों से भी फीडबैक मिल रहा है। तो वी हैव टू वेट फॉर इट, मतलब उसके लिए रेडी रहना पड़ेगा। और रेडी रहने का
सर
तरीका,
मुझे जनवरी तक नौकरी खोजना है सर, चाहे कुछ भी हो जाए, तो होपफुली खोज लूंगा।
लेकिन ये वही बोले ना, दो चार दोस्त बनाइए, एक्सपेरिमेंट कीजिए, हमारा वेट भी मत कीजिए, बनाइए प्रोजेक्ट। इवन जो क्लास में कोर्स में प्रोजेक्ट दिया गया है ना, उठाइए बना डालिए उसको खुद से, क्यों हमारा वेट करना है। देखो हम तो मास्टर जी हैं, तो ऑब्वियसली लाइक हम तो अपने हिसाब से, अपने लाइक जो रिदम है उसके हिसाब से पढ़ाएंगे, राइट। चीज़ें खत्म होगी। बट टॉपिक तो आपको ऑलरेडी पता है ना, वहाँ लिस्टेड टॉपिक टॉपिक दिया हुआ है, ठीक है। पढ़िए, आइए डिस्कस कीजिए फिर मेरे साथ।
हाँ जी सर, ओके सर।
ठीक है।
ओके सर, हैव ए गुड नाइट सर, थैंक यू।
या यू टू, मेरे लिए तो डे है, हैव अ गुड नाइट फॉर यू, या।
ओके सर,
ओके
थैंक यू।
ओके, टेक केयर, यस। सब अलग दुख है नहीं, मतलब इट्स अ रियलिटी वी आर लिविंग इनटू, इट्स नॉट अ दुख, इट्स अ न्यू रियलिटी बाय द वे, which we all are going through, so you have to be ready for that. Yes, Kamal, R Kamal, uh,
Yes, sir.
Kamal, yeah,
So in
Kamal.
this project, right,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
so a kind of caption project, we would be creating
Mm-hmm.
a URI kind of system, right?
No, Yuri he will create it, not Yuri kind of system, will create Yuri which you can monetize it on your own.
Okay, okay. Because I mean, today in the session, what we have learned
Hmm.
for the hosting and the endpoint creation for this
Just for the
hosted.
model, just for the model actually, not for the entire URI-like system, because when URI-like system comes into picture, there will be multiple things which will fall in between.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, in between the session, you also mentioned this connection is not secure, like HTTP we are using. So in order to make it more secure, SSL keys, all those things, right?
Yes, we'll
So
add the certificate. We'll add the certificate. We'll teach you how to add the certificate. Basically, we'll try to teach you how to do a domain mapping. Everything. Means we are basically at the end of this lecture. Means at the end of this class, we will end up building not a caption project, a product actually.
and one more thing, like the way we are creating the key in the URI system, right? That step also we will
That
be
also, yes,
learning.
yes. A complete URI. URI means
Okay.
whatever feature that you are able to see, exact same feature, like a key or maybe like a multi-model, basically. Today I have shown you just one model, right? But
Mm-hmm.
in case of URI, so you are hitting just one API, but you are able to access multiple models just by changing a model tag or model name, right?
Mm-hmm.
We'll do that as well.
Because sir, I just recently, I mean, 2 days back only, just joined the batch.
Okay,
Okay, so
okay.
I'm going through the previous recordings as well.
Please go
Uh,
through the API part. That is important.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm going through it because I'm coming from the big data background, and
I think you will be able to pick up the pace then. I don't see like because people who are coming for the big data background, right? I believe many things they have already seen. Because
Mhm.
I'm coming from the big data background, by the way.
No, no, I know you from my neuron days. I know you.
Okay, then I
Yeah,
think you
yeah,
know about
yeah.
me.
The only thing, I mean, I'm not able to relate. I mean, the use cases, what we can showcase, right?
Okay,
Probably I'm very new to the Gen AI, so I'm not able to relate it with
next
real-time
yeah,
scenarios.
next 1 2 month I think you will be like
Okay.
yeah.
And probably in the, I mean, currently in the healthcare system, so the chatbot you have demoed, right?
Hmm.
You help us to create
Hmm.
during the class. That thing, I mean, I can use as a real-time project in the resume
Yes,
as well,
yeah,
right?
yeah. Just wait for tomorrow's class. Tomorrow I'm going to add a couple of more configuration in the same project, right? And that too with the model that we have deployed today, right? With that one, so we'll try to add those features so that this will be like a you without using any kind of a URI or any other embedding model.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
सर आपने जो
Fine, fine.
नेक्सस बताया है और ये जो रैक बताया है ये मेरे कंपनी में इम्प्लीमेंट हो रहा है आई एम आल्सो फ्रॉम द हेल्थ केयर
Hmm.
एंड दिस इज बीइंग इम्प्लीमेंटेड एज ऑफ टुडे इट वुड बी ऑसम इफ आई जस्ट show this app saying that see I could build it which your team of 10 people have not built it so far.
ओके ओके सो कल कल आप दिखा देना कल शाम के बाद
सर अभी तक बना नहीं है बनाएंगे.
अरे कोई बात नहीं बन जाएगा ठीक
ठीक है सर चलिए.
हम्म सर वो जीपीयू सर्वर को शट डाउन कर देना है सर यस ऑब्वियसली अदरवाइज बिल आप ही का उठेगा वो आवरली चार्ज ले रहा है आपसे ठीक है तो ऑब्वियसली यू हैव टू एंड यू शुड शट डाउन योर लाइक जीपीयू कल उसको फिर से अप करेंगे हम लोग आप हाइबरनेट भी कर सकते हो वैसे हाइबरनेट का ऑप्शन भी उसमें है सो दैट दे विल नॉट लाइक चार्ज यू लाइक full amount maybe they can charge you a little bit of amount yeah so fine guys thank you so much hope all of you are enjoying even like tomorrow day after tomorrow you all will enjoy and we'll do literally like a practical things we'll try to like get a status we'll try to get a label where we'll end up building a product not just like learning something because that's not how I teach and that's not my even a area of interest by the way so we'll try to build a product with that thank you so much everyone take care and see you again same time tomorrow 9 a.m. IST thank you take care